go. Got your mic?
I did. Mine's on. Is yours on?
Yes.
Wait. No, it's not. You do.
I think...
It is on. I couldn't
Okay.
see the blue light. Okay.
We're good.
All right.
We'll get the hang of this eventually. Hi, guys. Welcome to Underwires&Waiverwires, episode 7.
Yeah, week 7.
I'm Christine.
I'm Allie.
And welcome back. So...
Do you want to go first?
I don't.
I think we should just...
I didn't even want to film this episode today. I know. It's okay.
What happened, Christine?
I just had a really bad week.
Yeah.
It's been really bad. Like, Thursday night football, not last night, but the week before.
Yeah.
Was a bummer. And then Sunday came around.
Why was it a bummer?
Because that game was so boring.
Everybody said it was boring, but I thought the ending was actually really exciting. Okay, it was a low-scoring game because both defenses were doing really well, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember, though, because it was so far ago.
Yeah, that's the problem. It was way back when.
And I remember from what I remember about the last Thursday night game was that I felt like Justin Fields was getting thrown around like a rag doll and still kept,
It's pretty sloppy.
No, because the defense was just, all over him.
Oh, okay,
and
gotcha.
Each time he'd be getting back up just slower and slower and slower, and he still hung in.
He did.
He was a warrior in that game.
I did the few things, I did kind of drift off, and I had other things going on I was trying to handle.
Yeah.
But the few times I did see him play, it did look like he was getting tossed around a lot.
And he
was
kept getting back up.
Yeah,
it was
like
a fighter who just wouldn't go down.
Nope. So, I mean, he's got.
I thought that was exciting.
Good for you, Justin Fields.
So I thought that made that game really exciting, and then I just think that both defenses, when the teams would get the ball down the field, and then in that last little push of the field, they would hold them, and I thought that made it exciting.
Yeah.
It wasn't
I thought it
just
would be more of a blowout.
I think I did too, but then now that I think about it, I think those are two of the lowest scoring teams playing against each other.
Yes.
And maybe some people might look at that game as the best of the worst scenario,
yeah.
But it was definitely more exciting than the Broncos
Colts-Broncos game. Oh my God, that was pain, actually.
So I don't know. I feel I think a lot of people did think that game was boring, but I don't think it was that boring. I actually really enjoyed the ending. I thought it had a great ending. Again, Justin Fields just putting his whole heart out on the field, and the Washington defense. And I said something about this in our first episode about their defense being super, super strong in the red zone. And they're not as aggressive as I had predicted them to be this season. But that game, their defense was very strong in the red zone, especially that last minute of play. I mean, they were, the Bears were just up in the, I want to say it was less than 5 yards away, and they had 4 attempts.
Yeah.
They went for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
I think it was 4th and inches, and he tried to run to the right, I believe, and just whoever it was on the Washington defense did not let him through.
That was good.
And then that was game over, so it was pretty exciting.
It could have been worse. It just wasn't great.
It definitely wasn't like last night's game, the Cardinals and the Saints.
That was a good game. But starting that week off, I should have known. It was foreshadowing. So Thursday night game kind of bummed me out, and then Sunday rolled around and I woke up with a fever. Got sick. But I was like, you know what, it's football. It'll be okay. Everything will be good. And then 1 o'clock rolls around and the Packers confirmed what I kind of suspected, that they are very much mediocre this season. And then...
What was going on in that game? Why weren't they scoring points?
They just looked sloppy.
Who's
no one can, the run game couldn't get anything going. There was a lot of drop passes. There was a lot of penalties. There was blocked punts.
Penalties on the Packers?
Yeah. It just nothing... There was just no chemistry there.
It was in Green Bay.
It was at Lambeau, which is even more painful. But also then I feel like I went into it thinking the Jets are the normal Jets. And...
They're not
that good, but they are really good.
Yeah.
The Jets are good.
They're surprising a lot of people.
Yeah, I can say it now. So
I think the Jets are good. I still don't think the Giants are good, though.
No, you're not convinced?
No, I'm not convinced. We'll get into that,
we'll
but
see.
no, I'm not convinced.
They have what's their matchup this week? I don't remember which.
I have it right here. Oh, I don't have it.
But I remember thinking, this might be telling.
The Jags.
The Jags. I was thinking about that earlier, and I was like, I don't know who I want to take with that. I'll figure it out, obviously. But yeah, the Packers, they looked a hot mess. And now I'm like kind of nervous to go into Washington, which is silly, but I am. But we'll see.
I don't know.
If we lose that game, and then we have to go play Buffalo.
I mean, because I didn't get to watch barely any football this past week. I had friends in town. Monday I was working, and then I think I saw the overtime of Monday night's game. I've been paying a lot more attention to baseball.
Yeah.
With the Phillies being in the playoffs.
It's good to be a Philly fan right now.
It is nice.
At least, like, if I'm having a really rough go, you're having a really great go. So
I hope I don't want it to be like that, though. I like when we're both doing well.
I agree, but at least I have you, like, happy.
Yeah, it's been an exciting week.
Nice.
So, side note, I know we were talking about your week, but
we'll get back to it.
Actually, yeah, I'll save this for when we talk about Philly and everything like that. But the point I was trying to make was that I didn't get to watch football on Sunday up until the second half of the Chiefs game. So I was trying to listen to your game on the radio, and it kept cutting out. And I mean, there was one moment where you guys didn't have an interception, did you, early in the game?
No, I don't think we've had an interception since the Bears game.
So it was third down and
terrible.
Something. I don't know if it was long and Aaron Rodgers throws the pass, and then I, like, right before.
It just cut out.
Yeah, and I was just like, because it didn't sound exciting, and so I was like, oh no, did they intercept? But I think Lazard caught it.
Yeah. Lazard's good. He's just a very solid receiver. I don't know why we're not.
Did Randall Cobb get injured?
He did.
When did he get injured?
He did. I think it was like the third or the fourth quarter. He did get injured, and then they showed him on a cart, like getting carted off the sideline, and he was a mess. He was crying. And then me and George looked at each other like, oh shit, like he probably broke his ankle. That might be a career ender for him because he's not young anymore. And he's worked so hard to, like, rehab to get back through injuries to play this long. And then I guess it came out yesterday or a couple days ago, maybe at this point, because we are on Friday today, that MRI showed that it was just like a sprain. So he should be back in 2 to 4 weeks. Yes, Randy Cobb. But, like, that really sucked. But I thought in that moment, like, maybe this is a good thing because now we're really short and really thin at receiver. So maybe they'll go out in free agency and grab somebody. But that's not what the Packers do. We just don't do that. We need to.
Who would you want them to grab?
I'm still hot on OBJ.
Is he on the Rams yet?
No.
I saw him on
Something came out last week that said they can't afford to pay him.
He's on waivers.
He wants more money.
He's on waivers.
Free agency closes on November 1st at 4 p.m. So next week will be really exciting with, like, signings and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, DJ Moore on the Panthers, but I know I think he's currently under contract.
I think we talked about that. Yeah, he signed that huge contract.
And then there's Elijah Moore, too, on the Jets. He is not playing this week, but he's not injured. Like, he's on an injury report. He's not injured. He's literally just kind of at odds with the team. So they're not playing him this week. But they refuse.
Is he not showing up to practice or something?
I don't know. They refuse to trade him, though. So, and he has a deep ball threat. So that would be nice to have because that's what we need.
He's a wide receiver?
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. We have a lot going on.
What's his issue with the team? He wants to get paid more?
I don't know. I don't think they're giving him enough opportunities is his issue.
So
he wants to catch more balls.
Yeah, but I don't think he was catching balls at first.
I don't know. I just don't think they're targeting him as much.
They're running a lot.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder why.
I know. I mean, if
animal.
you're on a winning team, like you're on a team that is an underdog and now they're winning and they're winning very well, why would you want to be having a temper tantrum?
Right. Why fix it if it's not broken?
But we don't know what the issue is.
We don't know what the issue is, but that's definitely interesting.
That's where my mind always goes. It's just,
will he get traded?
Dramatic.
We'll see.
Will he be wearing a different green?
Oh, I like that.
Would you want him?
I'd take him. At this point, I mean, I'm kind of desperate, sadly. I mean, Sammy Watkins is supposed to come back. Maybe not this week, but the next week after IR. Hammy Watkins. So until the next injury, I guess that's going for us. But anyway, 1 o'clock time slot. So the Packers sucked. I was really upset, not feeling well, raging with a fever. And then all the other games in that time slot, just, I could tell already I was going to lose predictions. In which I did.
I lost a few because of the 1 o'clocks.
Yeah. I could tell how my week was going to go. Oh, fantasy teams didn't do very well either. I'm sorry I'm such a negative Nancy today.
Why? Well, you have a lot of injuries. Did you have a lot of people on bye week last week?
I had a lot of people on bye weeks, as I do this week too. But
you do have a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have?
I mean, I have it's spots like my kickers and my defenses, which I kind of just float anyway. But it's still annoying. It's still annoying, especially with injuries, So I don't have people to sub into those spots.
Yeah, I have Eagles defense. They're on bye week. And I tried to do I tried to pick up the Patriots.
Yeah.
Did not get that, so now I got to stick with the Jags because I had picked them up that 1 week when they were hot, and I'm like, I'm going to get them now before other people want them, but we'll see. They're playing the Giants, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Maybe matchup. But yeah.
So it was funny because when I was watching that game, listening to it, the Packers game, and it was not going well. I mean, how many times did you guys get first down?
No.
I felt like it kept being 3
and out. It was nothing
out.
memorable. It was so many 3 and outs.
It's weird. It's
so
just that's not your team.
No. I expected there to be growing pains, but not like this.
I can't remember if I talked about this on last week's episode or not, but my Aaron Rodgers, the ayahuasca one. I'm like, maybe it's messing up his motor skills a little bit, his timing.
He's done ayahuasca before.
I feel like he's doing it a lot now.
No, you gotta go to Peru to do that.
That's what I thought, but the way that everybody makes it sound, I'm like, is this man doing this once a week?
He's a back alley with someone with a trench coat, once of ayahuasca.
But don't you need to be guided through that?
Yeah, you're guided with a shaman and all that stuff, and it's a week or two. No, maybe a week-long process. I think
a whole week.
Yeah, you have 2 days where you're just barfing your brain out and
why would anybody want to do that?
Because you're cleansing your toxins out of your soul, and then
there's other ways to do that.
Yeah, I know. I am no ayahuasca experts. I can be getting this completely wrong.
No, I've heard all that. I mean, I've never done it either, but I've heard that's I just don't like the whole idea of everything coming out of you.
No, I don't either. That sounds miserable.
Somebody wanted a tattoo once that was what's that? Crazy lady, the feather lady.
Oh, the feather lady.
She wanted this whole.
Stop getting feather tattoos. You're all crazy.
She wanted this one thing. With it was to represent her ayahuasca experience.
Oh no!
And it was this whole crazy thing with all these animals all morphing into stuff, and I'm like,
no.
But she wanted me to draw my own version and have it my own inspiration.
How do I not
and
remember that?
I'm like, man, I've never even done this shit before. How would I know what to pull for inspiration? I'm this looks wacko.
Maybe she was on the Peru ayahuasca trip with Aaron Rodgers. No, this was years before.
Yeah.
This was before Rodgers got into ayahuasca. Maybe she got him into ayahuasca. That lady's crazy.
She's cray-cray.
Anyway.
I
don't know. I don't think it's that.
But,
maybe he's just getting old, or maybe he can't trust his receivers.
Know. Maybe he's hallucinating.
There was a really funny video that came out at practice this week where he's doing something and he's pretending to rub his nips. And everybody's oh, this is the ayahuasca hitting.
I'm just going to forever blame it on that.
Guess I need something to blame it
on. So it was funny though because I was listening or whatever to your game, and I heard that they were not doing too well, and I did not know that you were homesick. I thought you were at work, and I was just oh well, at least we know now that it's not good luck for Christina to be at work, and she doesn't have to work every Sunday now. And then I found out that you were homesick, and I'm still thinking maybe we need to go back to watching football.
Now I'm sus.
At the shop.
I've switched the guitars this week because ever since we had the other guitar there, the Packers have been losing. Yeah, so now we switched it, and we think that guitar's haunted anyway. So now we're going to try this one.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Definitely, if we win this, we would definitely have to keep that boy there for Bills week.
Is that the one that he got in Chicago when we were up there? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so then we rolled into Monday, still had a fever, But I was hopeful. I was feeling better. I was hopeful.
Hopeful for what?
For that Monday night game. I'm like, oh, my over-under bet that I made with Allie
Oh,
might
the
hit.
wager.
The wager might hit.
Don't reveal it just yet.
Okay.
Because that game went well, it was funny because I was sitting at the bar with Ryan watching the rest of that game, which happened to just be the overtime. And I was just thinking in my head about how funny it would be if this game ended in overtime, because then you would not, even if it went to overtime and then that was the number you picked.
That'd be pretty wild, right?
It would be, because
even when you see,
I think it was 16. Is that
it was? When you see my number, you're gonna be like, "This is just so humorous," and this is just
is it 16?
No, it's just so typical of how my whole NFL season's going.
I gotta know, did you get it or not?
I did not get it.
Okay, so before you show it, I'm just gonna run the numbers for the
barely
prediction.
missed it.
Oh no.
Yeah. And that's how my whole fantasy season gone.
Wait, so the scores were 16-16 and then it was 19-16. Did you put 20?
I didn't. But I chose the Chargers to win. I thought in my mind the Chargers had to be over my number, correct?
Yeah.
And then, who was the other team? Why am I blanking right now? Oh.
The Broncos.
The Broncos had to be under my number.
Yeah.
It was close.
Okay, so we'll get to that real soon. I just wanted to go over the totals this week.
Salt my wounds, Allie.
Where is that page? So, I mean, it's gonna, well, I thought it was gonna start getting shorter and shorter with buys coming up, but this was pretty average. There was 14 games, I think.
Look at all your circles.
5, 6, 7,
Look
8,
at
9,
all
10,
your
11, 12,
wins.
13, 14. There's 14. I got 10 out of 14. I think that's the best I've done so far. You got 6 out of 14.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Do you want to see my wager?
I do, because right now you're at 48, but
yeah,
remember, if you didn't get this,
let's remind the people the state of mind I was in last week, where I was like, feeling good, feeling like...
Well, at least you didn't go with my Steelers.
The first one, yeah.
Because, oh wait, I did this wrong because the Bucs did not win their game. So I actually only got 9 and you only got 5. I forgot about that.
Anyway, remember my whole thing? I'm like, you were like, oh, if you don't get it, we'll just deduct 1 point. And I was like, no, we should deduct 6.
No, we're not doing that.
We should have to do that.
No,
I'm a woman on my word.
You want to deduct 6 points?
Yes.
I don't remember saying that.
Oh, yeah,
I said you would get 6 points.
Yeah, and then if I lost, I would have to deduct 6, because that's the point of taking a big gamble. And I did. And I'm a woman on my word, so you take 6 points off there.
Well, I gotta fix this first anyway, because I forgot that the Bucs lost to the Steelers.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That is crazy.
I didn't end up watching any of that game, and I kind of wish that I did, because
I didn't watch
I tried to. I
had Red Zone on.
Yeah, I tried to at work to watch the condensed. I still might watch the condensed one just because I'm really curious. But at least you didn't go with my thing on that, because at least you got the point.
Yeah, I got the point correct.
Yeah, but if you had gone with the Steelers one, that obviously didn't happen. So
I don't know. I just had a feeling about. I had a feeling about that game that I took, and it like
what is
almost played out. My number was 14.
Why did you go with 14?
I don't know. I just felt it in my soul. And I think it was about to the fourth quarter. It was pretty close. No, maybe the end of the third, early fourth quarter. I think the Broncos were sitting at 14.
So you're minus 6 points?
Yes, I have to. That's what I said. That was my own stupid idea. So
well, you also know what that means.
Yeah.
We finally have our punishments ready.
You're so calm about this.
And then I have Christine's punishment sitting right next to me. We have part 1, which isn't too bad for her because it's
a nice shade of yellow.
Color, which will match.
So nice of you.
But it also pairs very nicely with this. Your Vikings feathers.
Okay, I guess it's time. Put my bra on. And I'm a big, stupid loser.
You're not a loser.
I have a feeling this is going to be my outfit every week now.
Well, you're already ahead of
Look at that, though.
This week.
Look at how that goes with my jersey. All right. I hate this so much. But I actually love it at the same time.
I think it's kind of comfortable.
I think it's kind of comfortable.
Do you need me to tell
It's so itchy.
Yeah,
it's barely noticeable, too.
We can thank this to Cass, because it was her idea.
Oh, damn it, Cass. Okay, no, I got it. It's a little bit warm as well. Okay. This is me now.
Oh, my God.
I feel like Lady Gaga.
Yeah. That is something she would wear.
I especially love the feathers just sticking straight into my jugular. Touche, Allie.
It looks good on you. You look like you're ready for battle.
Thank you. It's very Halloween. Anyway, moving on. So I lost, and this is the reveal of our punishment. So
yeah, this is our first time introducing
loser
the punishment.
Wears a bra with some kind of flare.
Yeah.
This is quite the flare. And we thought, with each losing week, like, we could add flair if we want to. So, I just don't know how this could get any better, though. So,
I don't either, to be honest. All I did,
perfect.
I went onto Amazon and I was just like, Viking bra. And no bras came up, only feathers. And there were some crazy ones with, like, netting and everything, but they weren't going to get here until, like, November 16th. Wow. And I'm like, I need something to get here right now. And that was the only option with the purple.
I just can't stop checking myself out.
You actually look pretty intimidating.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, so, like, birds.
You could wear that on Monday to the shop on Halloween.
No.
Okay. I like birds. I kind of lost my train of thought now, too.
Me too. I'm completely lost.
So we were talking about the wager.
Yes.
And you didn't get it. Man.
Yeah. So if you lose next week, I get to introduce you to your bra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do, and I have seen the bra. And I'm glad that we did this after Dallas week.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
There'll be more coming, more additions coming. I've got a lot of ideas. So.
All right, well, I got to think of some ideas too. But don't forget that I also said in one of our episodes that if there's a week that we both get less than half.
I know, that you got to wear it too.
We both wear the bras.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, so, but yeah, so now for weekly wins, I'm up to 5. You have 2. I'm still going to keep these up because I'm curious, so I'm not going to give you 41. No, I'm just going to...
Okay, so we can see.
Yeah, because I'm curious to see how we do through the end of this.
Oh, I forgot my microphone's here somewhere. There it is. Don't want to cover it. Anyway.
This is great.
Yeah, it's for you.
Yeah, so did you, well, you saw the Chiefs-Bills game.
Yeah.
That was great.
That was fantastic. I was a little in and out. Like, I was watching it. I was just kind of, like, falling asleep here and there. Not that I was not entertained. I just wasn't feeling good.
You had a stressful day, morning.
It was what I expected it to be.
I felt like I was, like, watching, if football was an Olympic sport, that would be the gold medal game.
Championship game,
Because this was just a level of football that no one else is playing.
I agree.
I think my favorite part of the game was towards the end when Josh Allen jumped over someone.
Yeah.
And, that just shows so much about that guy as a quarterback. And
so nice to
him
watch.
just getting, like, he was not going to let Kansas City beat them again.
Nope.
He was going to do it. Make sure that that the Chiefs or that the Bills won.
They got their payback. Not that it was as special, but
maybe
eventually it will be.
From what I remember, I don't think there was any moment in that game that cost either team a loss. I think the Bills just outplayed the Chiefs.
They did. Josh Allen is so exciting to watch.
He really is.
It kind of brings me back to younger Rodgers and just enjoying games for his athleticism. But still, Rodgers would never jump over.
Yeah, but did we say that Josh Allen is 6'6" or something like that?
Big.
He looks tall when he's standing next to the refs.
when I see him play like that and do like certain things like that, like the jumping over dudes all the time, I'm like thinking if the record stays the way it does, which it probably will because they're so good. Like the later we get into the season, do you think they're going to limit him like doing things like that a little more just to keep him safe?
Yeah, I think that once, I don't think, because again, you
it
have.
makes me nervous.
So I was kind of wanting the Bills. I wanted the Bills to win because I have a lot of Bills fans. But there was a part of me deep down that really wanted them to lose, just so for 1 week the Jets could be in first place in their division.
We were talking about that.
And I just thought that would have been so cool because everybody's been kind of counting the Jets out.
Oh, yeah.
And they're in second place still. And if the Bills had lost, the Jets and the Bills would have the same record right now, and the Jets would be in first place because they're the only team without a division loss.
Right.
So I was really excited about that.
I know, that would have been really interesting.
Yeah. Oh my God, it would have been crazy for that team.
We didn't even talk about, like, when we lost to the Jets, Sauce Gardner put, like, the cheese head on.
We did.
When he was walking into the tunnel, and, like, you could see everybody's, like booing him in the crowd, and then Alan Lazard, like, runs up and knocks it off his head, and they, like... I think it was just some good banter. Like, I don't think anybody was, like, actually... Like, even when I saw it, I was like, I like that. I like that banter.
Was he laughing, Lazard?
I think they were both laughing, but Lazard was like, you just don't wear... Like, the other team cannot wear a cheese head in Lambeau. Like, that's tradition. That's, you know, like... It's sacrilegious and
I feel like there was something else from last week that we had wanted to talk about and then we didn't, but I'm not gonna...
I know, it feels so long ago now.
It really does. And
it feels like a fever dream.
Yeah.
As it was. Maybe it'll come back.
But yeah, I was just like really excited with that little moment of thinking that the Jets might be in first place in their division. But that's where I'm getting at with this is, the Bills, even though they're doing so well, the Patriots are also doing well. The Jets are doing well. The Dolphins could get back on a roll. So they might want to do that, but they might not have the opportunity with everybody kind of nipping at their heels in the division. So we'll see what happens. But I'm sure some of the play calling will be a little bit more... maybe not as competitive in later games, especially against teams once they're ahead by enough margin, because the Bills all around are just a good team. They have a good defense.
So good.
They have a good offense. I think they have people coming back from injury maybe this week. So yeah, they're definitely probably going to win the Super Bowl.
Do you think, if you could take your heart out of this for a second, do you think the Bills or the Eagles are a better team right now?
I think the Bills are a better team. I don't even have to take my heart out of it because they're playing more difficult teams. We don't play the Chiefs. We don't even play the Bills.
Yeah.
But I do think that would be a very interesting game.
Oh my God!
If the Eagles and the Bills played each other, because I think that we're very, very good at matching our team that we're playing against, and this was confirmed when we played Dallas this week. I was just like, this is really going to be the test of, like, are we really the team that our record is showing, or are we just getting really lucky playing these easy matchups? But, I mean, Arizona blew the Saints out of the water last night, and we held them.
Yep.
Dallas were the first team to score more than 20 points against them, and their defense, they have the best defense in the league. It was very good. We had a few moments of hiccups in the third quarter.
I know, you were, like, texting me, and you were like, oh no,
because
Jesus Christ, and you're getting so frustrated.
That is where the Bills don't make mistakes, really.
Yeah.
And we keep making mistakes each week and allowing teams, but then we still end up winning.
Yeah.
So I think that the Bills are still probably a better team than the Eagles.
I would have to agree with you, respectfully.
Yes, but I would say that the Eagles are definitely proving that they can adapt. And I think that also makes them a really good team.
They're so fun to watch, too. I enjoy
our defense, I think, is the best defense.
Yes.
We have, I think, the most turnovers now and interceptions. We did not sack Cooper Rush once, though. I was a little disappointed in that.
But you should have picked him off.
We did, and he had very good coverage on him. I think that they were more worried about him getting sacked, and that might be another thing that kind of went against the Cowboys. I think if they had opened more runways for the running backs, then maybe they could have beaten us. But they were just so intimidated by our front defense there was so much coverage around him on both sides.
Yeah.
And it was funny, too, because I think we could have ended up scoring more points as well. But Lane Johnson, one of our offensive linemen, he got hurt.
And it was such a different game once he got hurt.
Yeah, they put Cam Jurgens in.
Yeah.
And he's not...
What a difference maker that...
He's good.
He's
not Lane Johnson. And then, I don't know if you noticed, but eventually we even had to use Dallas Goedert as kind of like extra blockage because they kept getting by him. And so that's one less person downfield to receive the ball. So, man, there was even one moment where Miles Sanders blocked somebody, and it was pretty cool.
So little.
I think Jalen Hurts ran around, like he was running the ball, or it could have been Boston Scott, but no, it wouldn't have been. It was Jalen Hurts. And but you just see Miles Sanders with all his might, and he lifts people up, but it's just cool when you watch him block.
Tiny but mighty.
He is.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, that's how he pushes
Try to
through.
live by that.
He had a great game, too, running. He had our first touchdown, I believe, was Miles Sanders. A.J. Brown finally got a touchdown.
Hell yeah.
His second touchdown of the season. Devontae Smith also got a touchdown. I don't remember who our final touchdown was. I think Jalen Hurts ran in for a touchdown. So maybe it was Devontae Smith was the final touchdown. And then we had 2 field goals.
It was a good game.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching that game.
Wait, did we get 2 field goals? Maybe we didn't have 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns. I think the score was 28 to 17, 18, 19.
Don't count on my memory.
I'm going to look up that score.
Yeah, it was good, though. That was an enjoyable night game. I feel like sometimes after such a long day of watching football, I kind of like doze off a little.
It was 26 to 17. So we only got one.
26 to 17?
26 to 17. So we must have only got 3 touchdowns.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah. And then I think we went for an extra point.
I do.
Or
I feel like
the
I do
2-point
remember
conversion.
that.
Oh, that was something that was crazy. I think it was when the first quarter was ending, and we were like 4th and goal or 4th and inches or something, and Dallas fell for it.
Of course
we were just going to let the clock run out, and they jumped, giving us the automatic first down.
That's right. I saw that.
Yeah. They fell for that.
That's
Their defense. The best defense in the league fell for that.
Yeah.
That never happens.
Yeah, I'm glad it did.
One thing, too, that I'm really impressed about the Eagles, and I think we're the best at doing this, is when we're going for it on 4th down or pushing a 3rd down that's inches, and we do the dog pile.
Yes.
We gain most people just kind of
barely get in.
Yeah, but we've figured out a way to get underneath everybody, and we actually gain a couple yards each time we do that.
I wish the Packers did that stuff.
Yeah.
We were saying that last week. They just don't. They don't do that kind of thing.
They don't. Mm-mm. And we figured out the best way to who's pushing and who's diving in, and our quarterback sneak is really, really on point. I think that's one thing that I'm probably the most proud of our team for doing, is how good we are at that. Because we take a lot of risks. Like, we go for it on 4th down, 4th and 5, 4th and 4, 4th and 3. I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, let's just go for the extra or the field goal or whatever. But yeah, so I do remember we got 3 touchdowns, went for a 2-point conversion, did not get it, and then got 2 field goals. And one of them, I think, was pretty far.
Very entertaining game.
Yeah.
And it was so entertaining how it did get close there for a second.
So after halftime, Cooper Rush definitely turned it on, and they were doing the quick snaps.
Yes.
And I just think that it fooled us for that half, and that's where I was like, why aren't we adapting to this? What's going on? And then we did. Mm-hmm. So I was happy to see that. Mm-hmm. And then the 4th quarter, we got that final interception. And yeah, we played all the way to the end, and I was excited about. Yeah, and great. I'm just so relieved that we did not lose to Dallas.
Man, it's great to be a Philly fan right now.
Oh, so that weekend, that's what I was going to talk about before.
Ultimate Philly weekend.
We had on Saturday, before that game, we had the Phillies beat the Braves, the defending World Series champions. In Philly, that game happened in Philly, and when we won that game, it clinched us, and we were moving on now to the National League Championship game. We have Game 3 going on tonight. We're 1-1 right now, but so that happened in Philly. We also had the Flyers playing at home in Philly. They won their game, giving them a 2-0 record. And then we had our game in Philly, and we beat Dallas.
Yeah. I know. On the Sunday night broadcast, they kept saying, man, it's good to be a Philly fan tonight.
In Philadelphia. And it's really, really cool because all those sports are all in the same, the complexes are all in the same parking lot. Area. I would have just never left the parking lot. Keep those because I'll plan something with that.
I'll keep these.
But yeah, no, it was just so epic.
Yeah.
And then last night we had our soccer team, the Philadelphia Union, are now in the Eastern Finals, I think. And if they win that, they go to the MLS Finals. And
damn, dude.
It's crazy.
And then basketball just started. And
yeah, we lost our first game to the Celtics. Well,
it's too early to be excited for that anyway, or sad by it. Just started.
Yeah. It's funny, that game was going on when we had game 1 with the Phillies. Phillies won game 1 against the Padres. We lost last night. No, we didn't play last night. We lost Thursday night. I'm sorry. We lost Wednesday night. And then I was at the Flyers game, and the Flyers lost too.
I saw that.
Yeah, but again, I'm not upset with that either because...
Me too, though.
It is, and I had no expectations for the Flyers this year because I don't even barely know any of these people. We don't have a captain. I barely know anybody on the team.
No emotional connections.
No, so we just played back-to-back playoff teams. We played the Lightning on Tuesday, beat them, and they have probably the number 1 goalie. I don't know if he was goaltending that night. I don't know why he wouldn't be, but we beat the Lightning. And then we score 3 points against the Panthers, who have probably the second best goalie. And I'm not upset by it. Just the fact that we scored 6 points total, 3 in each game, back to back on the road. I mean, maybe the Flyers are going to be better than I thought they were going to be, but we'll see what happens. I am bummed because normally they play down here a couple times, so I always get to go to their games, but that's the only time they're playing down here this year.
You did tell me
and it was the home opener for South Florida.
Yeah.
So now I have to wait another whole entire hockey season to go, unless I go up there to watch a game.
You probably will.
I think I will in January because Matt asked me about doing the Philly convention.
Oh, nice.
So I think they do have a Thursday game, either the Thursday before the convention or the Thursday after. They have a home game. And it's throwback week. Yeah. I think they're doing that in January, the throwback Thursdays.
Well, let me know about that.
Yeah. Want to go to a Flyers game in Philly? I got a ton of jerseys.
I want to go to Philly. That'd be cool.
Yeah. It's going to be cold and rainy, though, in January. Really cold.
You know me. I'm used to it.
But yeah, no, so it was just really exciting. I watched the game with my mom, which was fun.
Safe with mom.
Yeah. Well, we did get into a little bit of an argument because she's just extra hard when we start doing bad, and we never were behind in that game.
No, you guys always
But my mom was
dominating.
just, we're just used to losing to Dallas.
Yes.
We're just used to it.
Yes.
They just rain on our parade all the time, and if they won, I went into this, that would have put them ahead in the division, and I just didn't want that either.
I'm glad it didn't happen.
We're still undefeated.
Hey, they don't look bad, though.
The Cowboys?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they're going to be putting Dak Prescott back in.
They are.
So we'll see what happens.
I'm excited to watch that. See what happens this week.
Who are they playing again?
I don't know.
Let me just keep this in my lap.
So we always do this.
They play the Lions, so that will actually be an interesting game.
I think, you know what this is giving?
What?
I'm giving Raiders vibes.
Raiders?
Yeah. Obviously Ravens, too. But, do you know the guys that were, the big,
I
studded?
told you look intimidating.
Thank you. We used to wear this all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on track.
So, I think they should still play Cooper Rush.
Yeah, I kind of had this conversation with George, too. And he's you cannot do that. You can't do that. The Cowboys have built their entire, whole thing around Dak Prescott. He's, plastered on every wall in that stadium, He's Jerry Jones' man. That's the guy you're paying, and that's the guy you got to roll with.
Do you think if they lose to the Lions, they put Cooper Rush back in?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Because I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair, the fact that you're going to... Because do we think if Cooper Rush beat the Eagles, he would stay in again? He would go in against the Lions?
I don't know about that either. Remember, we brought that up last week. I don't know. I think either way, I think they would have to put Dak in. There's just feathers
Feathers
coming out of
everywhere.
every aspect of my body. I think they're going to go with Dak. Personally, I think if they lose the Lions this week, I think they will still roll with Dak and see what happens going forward and then reevaluate. I don't know. Interesting, though.
I think it's unfair to hold the loss against Cooper Rush. I don't think they are blaming Cooper Rush, but I feel like they do think that if Dak Prescott was in, they would have beat us.
Yeah.
I don't think
that's the case either.
I think if Dak Prescott was in, he would have probably been sacked. Oh, way worse. Yeah. Way worse. I like watching Cooper Rush. I think he's a very tactical quarterback.
I don't mind him.
He makes a way, and I just think that he kind of is not getting the credit that most quarterbacks get because he's a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about his story prior to this season, like where he came from, if he was always on the Cowboys, how long he's been in the NFL for.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about him either.
But I just think that it's kind of, if I was the coach, I would play him against the Lions. Because also, too, Dak is coming back from an injury.
Yeah.
Maybe I would play Dak in the first quarter and then bench him and put Cooper Rush in the rest of the game. You know, you let him get some reps. I mean, it is the Lions. But I don't know.
It's going to be cool to watch it unfold.
I'm not excited about it. I mean, I could really care less.
I know you're not.
I
mean, hey, no harm. Either way,
I mean,
we don't care.
If Dak Prescott goes in there and keeps playing the way he started the season against Tampa,
even better for
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a win-win situation.
It's crazy because, all these teams with these quarterbacks and all these teams that are supposed to be doing really well, they're not doing really well. I mean, Tampa losing to the Steelers.
We were saying that over text message the other day, you and I, how this, my theory is, maybe this is the changing of the guards. Maybe all these new guys are going to come up, and this is when it, pushes the Brady's out and the Rodgers out, and then we had Ben go last season, so it's...
finally. I think Tom Brady, though, has also just got way too much going on in his personal life.
I think he's just having an off year. He did say this week that he's not retiring. He has no plan to retire anytime soon. We can't get rid of this guy. I know. He's going to be, pushed out to the field in a wheelchair eventually. And
yelling at his offensive line.
Yeah, what was that all about?
Passion.
Don't you think there's a better way to handle it? Again, if Rodgers was seen doing that, you'd be crucified.
I mean...
He does get pouty, but he doesn't...
He did yell at his center and his tight end.
I think it was more of a quick
well,
thing.
maybe that's what Tom Brady was doing.
No, he walked over to the sidelines and I think he was screaming at the offensive line.
Yeah, but he was telling them that they're better than that.
Yeah.
He wasn't cursing them out. I mean, he might have, but he wasn't.
I think he was.
He wasn't when Aaron Rodgers was snap the football, and then when he was yelling at the tight end, and he was
You're right. I obviously just respect Aaron Rodgers.
I think that Tom Brady, it was a heat of passion.
Heat of the moment. Yeah. Okay, we'll give you this one, Tom Brady. We usually are so hard on you, but Theo's barking.
I saw, and this could have been a meme, but it had the quotes on it. Did he say something about his wife? He's not divorcing his wife to just be out here losing to Kenny Pickett?
Something
or is that just a meme?
I don't know. Maybe he said that because there was a kid in the stands this week that had a sign that said "Hey Tom, tell Giselle I'm available" or something.
Ooh.
I know, it was a really young kid too. So I don't know if it was in response to
But honestly, I am not on her side at all with that whole thing.
If that's really what it is. How can anybody know?
They're getting divorced.
Yeah, but are they divorcing over because he just doesn't have the time? And
probably.
Is that the case? Or is there other things going on? We don't know.
I mean, maybe he decided not to retire because he knew they were getting divorced.
Yeah,
that's
they were
true.
having issues prior. Yeah.
But anyway, blah, blah, blah.
Anyway.
So another thing that was really annoying this weekend was that Ravens-Giants game.
Yes. Man.
Come on, Ravens.
Come on, Ravens.
Why did that happen? Why?
I don't know.
The Giants have been getting... I'm still not convinced.
You're not convinced on the Giants. I think they're looking decent. But like you said, they're just finding ways to win quickly. And
they're not even finding ways to win. They're just sitting back and letting miracles happen and just chaos
I
ensuing,
guess.
and
I
it's crazy to me because
if we had this conversation last week, I would probably be more passionate with you.
if you weren't wearing purple feathers.
No, I'm just saying, like, after coming off that London loss, like last
Yeah, but
last
even
week,
that was a fluke.
I guess.
You guys started out looking so good that game,
that
and
first
then
half,
what happened?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? I think
I'm so sad.
my theory on it is there's someone hired a shaman to bless the Giants, and that has to be what it is.
Maybe they were tripping on ayahuasca.
How is all this happening where they just keep having these like crazy...
They went ugly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced.
I mean, we were like that 1 year or two, a couple of years back. Every win was just ugly like that. And it didn't feel good. It felt icky.
The only reason they won that game is, I think, because of the weird fumble with Lamar Jackson.
That was weird.
That was strange.
Yeah.
It looked like somebody had tied a string to the ball and kept pulling it.
Maybe there's some weird voodoo going on.
That's what I'm thinking. That's
Spooky.
the only explanation.
It is almost Halloween. So, well, I guess in predictions we'll get to that.
About the Giants?
Yeah, the matchup this week.
I don't know.
I don't know either. There's a few on there this week. I'm like, I just don't know. I'm excited to get to it because I want to lock in.
Yeah. I'm curious
Take
to see
these feathers off next week.
I'm curious to see where you're going to go with some of these predictions this week. I also just didn't watch a lot of football this weekend, and I'm kind of annoyed because I love watching football on Sundays, and
I know I rely on your memory of things too because I don't have the greatest memory.
Well, and I even was going to go back and watch condensed games, and then I just never got around to doing that either, and it's just, I feel like there was a lot of craziness this weekend that I missed out on, and I'm
a lot more close games as well. Also, there was a really interesting thing that came out this week about, I think it was a crazy number, like there were like 150 less, that seems like so large though, that seems like such a large number, like touchdowns at this point in the season than there were last season.
Really?
Something crazy
I feel like some of these games have been but some of them have also had no touchdowns in them.
Yes, exactly. There's so
that is believable.
Just such a strange season.
So, I mean, that was something that was interesting with the Bucks game is Tom Brady only scored 1 touchdown against the Steelers.
I know.
And their crummy defense.
I know. It's
1 touchdown. Yep. The rest was all field goals.
Yep.
And they did not get that extra. They went for the 2-point conversion and they did not get it.
And then there was a thing that said like Josh Allen was responsible for more touchdowns in like Bills games altogether than all the teams combined outside of the Bills this season. I don't know if that's still accurate.
Wait, what?
Yeah, something crazy.
Josh Allen has scored more solo touchdowns.
Or like the Bills have scored more touchdowns this season than like other games. I couldn't find it again because that didn't seem right either.
Because the Lions were
scoring a lot of points.
Points.
Something like that.
And we've scored most of our points have been touchdowns. I think we've kicked 4 field goals this season.
Maybe he had more points. I don't know. I couldn't find it today. I was trying to look for it because it didn't sit right with me either. I was like, really? This thing's itching. Ugh. But anyway. Yeah.
Was there anything else that we were kind of surprised at?
I think we really have to talk about some interesting trades that happened this week.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of
the biggest last night that happened while we were watching Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey.
Going to the 49ers.
To the Niners.
And they traded him for like 4 draft picks.
I wrote it down because I knew we would get into this. Where is it? Yep. 49ers went all in. Hold on. That's not right. Okay. So the Panthers gave up a second round. Or no. Panthers get a second round, a third round, and a fourth round for 2023. And then a fifth round in 2024.
That does not sound like an even trade for...
It's crazy, huh?
That's a Flyers style trade.
I didn't even think like the 49ers.
They Claude Giroux him.
Kind of. I didn't even think that the Niners were like in conversation for him. You know, because we heard a lot about the Bills wanting him, which that kind of was weird to me too, because I don't really think the Bills as like a running game type of a team. You know, they're more like passing threats, but maybe, and Singletary's good, so why would they need Christian McCaffrey? But the Niners, and honestly, I have to say, this really twists my tits, that Christian McCaffrey went to the Niners.
Why? Because now we have to play against
I don't
him.
think I'm going to need to worry about it this season, but the 49ers always break my heart in the playoffs as a Packers fan, and then just like adding another threat to that, there's just no hope. But I'm really happy for you 49ers fans because you must be really excited.
Yeah, I think I was honestly surprised at the 49ers losing to the Falcons.
Yeah.
And I think the score was kind of like...
Pretty close.
Oh, it was close? Okay, I was thinking it was like a 10-point margin.
No, I think it stayed pretty close.
Okay, I mean, I could pull that score up too, but I was just kind of thinking that the 49ers were going down this path of being really, really good. I mean, they're still playing really good.
Yeah.
I think everything's coming together on their team.
And this might bring another...
Is he playing on Sunday?
So,
how does this work when you trade somebody?
Sunday.
Because he's not going to know all the plays.
Exactly. I think I did read that he'll be very limited if he does play.
But I feel like
probably
a running
more of a
back,
distraction.
And this could be a very ignorant thing to say, but I feel like the running back kind of has the least in the playbook to learn as far as routes and stuff, because like most of the time they're just handing the ball off to you. So like you could go in and just be
I guess.
Like you could work on 3 or 4 plays, only be responsible. Put him in for those, switch to your other running back.
I think he'll be in limited plays. Like
exactly.
Very limited plays, and then
that's what I more mean. I don't mean. I think that it's the easiest to kind of like wean into the game because you do switch out your running backs.
It's just such a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Like we saw on our phone before we started filming that of him in his Niners jersey already, like walking onto the practice field.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Man, like this just happened last night.
He didn't look like the same person.
No, he didn't. He looked so tiny.
You go from blue and black to red.
Yeah, it made him look smaller for some reason.
Yeah, he did look like a little kid.
That was wild. But anyway, that was a big one. Yeah. And then the Robbie Anderson trade, too, from the Panthers.
Where did he go?
He went out to Arizona. He was in the game last night. He was playing in the game last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was crazy, too, because he got in a fight on... What was it, last week with the coach on the sideline, and then they took him out of the game.
With the Panthers coach?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that.
He basically got picked up by the Cardinals the next day.
Interesting.
Yeah. Panthers, they are just
rest in peace.
Yeah.
Panthers season.
Rest in peace, Panthers.
I feel bad because my landlord, so the husband is a Colts fan, and then the wife is a Panthers fan, and we know how both those teams are doing. And it was funny because the guy was out of town. I guess he was traveling, and when I was coming into my place, I saw him in the parking or the driveway. And I was like, when are the Colts going to put Nick Foles in? And he's like, I haven't watched the game since week 1. And I was like, oh, well, maybe just watch this past week and definitely don't watch the Thursday game.
Yes.
But you didn't really miss much while you were away.
You got to give it up to the fans that like stay with their teams when they just lose.
We've talked about that.
Yeah, because I have to say, as a Packers fan, I'm a very spoiled person. Like, I didn't think I was till... when your team loses, and then you're like, it's not as exciting to watch. So, I don't know. It makes me respect a lot of people that just stick around. Like, Lions fans, obviously, we've talked about that. But,
I did notice watching your game, or listen, I keep saying watching, but when I was listening to your game, there was a point where there was no crowd noise at all. There was
everybody
no
was
go
just
Pack
deflated.
Go. There was no nothing. And
they even booed them at the end of the game, which is very rare for Packers fans to boo their team.
They're frustrated.
We're very frustrated.
You guys are, I'm sorry, but you're having a very frustrating season.
We are.
It's not fair. It's not even like you're just being outperformed. You guys are just kind of not showing up, it feels like. I don't know.
Flat.
How was the defense? Was it the same story? Like they were strong in the first half?
They looked decent. I'd say they looked pretty okay.
Throughout the whole game?
Yeah, there were some moments of Swiss cheese, again, where guys were just running through us, but
maybe
I thought the defense played pretty well.
Yeah, and maybe if the offense held the ball a little bit longer, then
this is completely on our offense and more so our offensive line. We just need help at offensive line. Yeah,
do you have injuries on your offensive line?
Oh, this thing just stuck to my lip gloss. We don't.
This is so great. Sorry.
I think we've moved people around in the offensive line, and it's just not really working.
I just want to know what's going on at practice there.
I don't know. just situating my outfit. We should not talk about this anymore because
we don't have
between the feathers sticking in my neck and the Packers being bad, I'm just entirely bummed out right now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make your week even worse.
No, it's great. It's fine.
I know this isn't part of week 6, but I mean, our show's kind of on this weird schedule, so we are filming after the Thursday night game. What did you think about the Thursday night game?
Last night was great.
It was very exciting.
And it was so funny. I thought I wrote it down, too. I got to find it in here when I have a second. But Al Michaels, I think one of the first things he said, like, when the first touchdown of the game happened, he's like, oh, my God, this can't be Thursday Night Football because we just saw a touchdown. And it's funny how it's just, like, no secret anymore.
Yeah.
It's been bad.
That was there was a lot of touchdowns yesterday.
And it was very high scoring, and it was great.
The first half was really exciting because the Saints were on a roll, and then the Cardinals finally looked like a good football team.
Yes. Did you see Kyler get frustrated screaming at his coach on the sideline, though? And then D-Hop was back. D-Hop came back last night. That's another cool thing. And then DeAndre Hopkins was trying to console Murray to calm him down.
What point of the game was this?
It was early on in the game.
When they were still down?
Yeah. Maybe the first quarter.
I feel like I did see something about play calling or something.
Yeah. That's probably what it was about.
I was watching 3 different games last night. I was watching the Yankees game.
Busy.
I was watching the Union game mostly, and then I would look at the football game.
That was good. It was good, though. Finally, a lot of action. I did write down. So the last 3 Thursday night football games, this is the game minutes until first touchdowns. So the Saints at Cardinals last night, the first touchdown came at 2 minutes and 7 seconds. For the Commanders at Bears last week, the first touchdown came at 37 minutes and 44 seconds. And then the Colts at Broncos the week before that, no touchdowns.
So
that's a long time.
I think there was only 1 touchdown in the Commanders game.
Which
the Commanders
37 minutes and 44
But
seconds.
it also though it wasn't because we went over this before.
Yeah.
The defense was just on both sides ruthless.
Oh, such bad games though.
I don't think that was a bad game. It was a low scoring game, but I don't think it was a bad game.
What I
if it had
been
the Chiefs and the Bills and it was that score, would we be saying it was boring? I think it's just because it's the Commanders and the Bears.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks aren't anything fun to watch. At least when you're watching the Bills and the Chiefs, they're fun to watch.
I guess. I mean, but I thought it was really inspiring how Justin Fields kept, even just the way he would get tackled and just the way he would push himself back up, it was very movie-esque. I don't know. I thought it was. I was just like, man, he's getting beat up out there, and he did not let it. He just kept getting up, and I don't know. I thought it was good. Did Wentz get hurt at the game? Do we know? Wentz is out like always. Mid-season.
Yeah, just had surgery yesterday.
4 to 6 weeks, but I don't remember seeing them put in another quarterback in that game.
What is happening with this feather? You see this?
Well, it is kind of supposed to go around your neck.
Oh, it's supposed to be like a neck, like a turtleneck?
But I can't figure out how it ties, so...
I just feel like the longer I'm wearing this, the more they're just encompassing me.
Your growing feathers.
Yeah, maybe. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know at what point Wentz got hurt.
Yeah, I don't either. I didn't even know until... after our game, even. I think I found out 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
That Wentz was injured.
He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But they have not placed him on IR yet.
Why?
I don't know. I guess that designates a 4 weeks or more to be out.
Oh, so they think he might come back
maybe
before
it could
then?
be sooner. Yeah.
Was Dak on IR when he had his thumb thing? Or was he just...
I don't know if they were put Dak on IR. That's a very good question. I don't think they did.
I don't think they did, because then I don't think he'd be out there on the sideline.
Yeah.
So do we think Wentz is still going to be... Oh, my God. What about the whole thing with the coach, too?
Oh, yeah, that was wild. The Ron Rivera thing.
What did you think about that? I sent you the video,
you did.
And then I was like, what are your thoughts on this? And I feel like
I had none. I really had none. I was like, he's defending his quarterback.
And his team. I thought it was really cool.
So that's cool, you know?
I thought it was really cool that he went out there and yelled at the media and just even his choice of words for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was... And the video I sent you was a shortened version of it.
Right, there was more.
Because my sister was trying to find the one without it getting bleeped out. But there was more to it before. I mean, there was a build-up before that happened. And I just thought it was really cool how he was saying that. Because I agree. I mean, I've even said this about when the media was being hard on Trubinsky and someone else. And just being like, you know, you guys put and Tua, you know, you guys put so much pressure on these people. And they're just out there trying to do the best they can.
People. Yeah.
And I feel like Ron Rivera just finally had enough of being...
so fed up.
And can you imagine, though, being Washington in the NFC East right now with... We probably have the 3 best teams in the...
That's a crazy division.
Yeah, in the NFC. And
they're going through a lot,
then there's just the Washington Commanders and Carson Wentz and blah, blah, blah,
and all
blah,
the Dan Snyder drama.
Exactly. And, you know, for him to say that about his players, like, they don't deserve to hear this. They're out there trying their best and blah, blah, blah. And Wentz is a good guy and he doesn't deserve this. And he's sick and tired of hearing this. I'm tired of hearing this. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. It is cool.
Like, he lost
I just have no, like, I guess I have no attachment, so I was like, I think it's cool, like, he stuck up for him, but, yeah.
And especially to have to do that after your team won the game.
Exactly. That is ridiculous. That's a very good point. That's silly.
Like, we should be celebrating, not being brought up about last week and all this. Yeah. And
right. Moving on.
I wonder, though, if Wentz was injured at that point. And
they were asking him about the injury, maybe, and that's what kind of catapulted the conversations.
He even made a comment. This isn't direct quote, but it had to go along the lines of them kind of manipulating him to say those things.
Which I'm sure that happens all the time.
Oh yeah. It's
exhausting.
Of course it does, because they want stuff like that being.
It makes me really that kind of thing. Like, always makes me respect Bill Belichick a lot more. Like, how he handles press conferences.
He doesn't say much.
No, he's just always like, "This is how it is. I'm not saying anymore.
He's probably,
don't try me."
Yeah,
it's funny.
Is Mac Jones coming back?
Yeah, I believe he's going to play. No more Bailey Zappi? I don't think so. That's another one. I saw something that said there was no quarterback crisis in New England. We are rolling with Mac Jones. So,
I wonder if I should take Myers off my...
I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Yeah.
I have a weird... I want to win my fantasy week really badly this week.
Yes.
But I'm kind of running on all my backups because I have people on the Eagles not playing this week. And then I have spots being used up right now for the people to fill in for them, and then I really want to just go and trade some people, but I could win my league this week, my matchup this week, but the guy I'm playing against has so many studs.
Yeah, no one's on bye on his team.
I think they are, but it's just people that he's got Saquon Barkley.
Oh yeah, you did tell me about his team. He's a good team.
He's got
Saquon's been great.
Mixon, I believe.
But he's going to play.
Yeah, shoulder. I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
He has Chase. Oh, and Amon St. Brown.
Yeah, Amon-Ra, man. He's
Which
so good.
is also making... Okay, so this kind of brings up a little bit more. So, remember I was saying how I wasn't sure if I want to keep Judy in my flex or put Jamal Williams in? But now that guy has St. Brown in... I feel like that's even more of a reason not to put Jamal Williams in because he's probably going to be targeted. Or I should have just got a different tight end over Hawkinson. But they're playing...
Hawkinson is such a good
They're
bet,
playing
though.
the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I should put Jamal Williams in.
I would.
Over Judy?
Yes.
In my flex?
I would. We have to look at DeAndre Swift's status. I didn't see him on the injury report.
He's still questionable.
Because that'll play into it.
I'll look into it tomorrow too.
I think if DeAndre Swift is still out, then we have to play Jamal.
My secret move. I mean, I told you about it.
Oh,
I was trying to be really sneaky. If you want to call it a trade, a signing.
Oh, okay.
With the Ravens.
Yeah.
D-Jax.
Yeah.
I picked him up.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's going to come in handy in a couple weeks. But I don't know how long these things take to...
That's crazy. That whole thing was just so... I feel like that escalated so quickly. Like, within, like, a week, I saw that Deshaun Jackson wanted to play football again and, like, get signed by a team. And then there was all this talks how he, like, wanted to go to the Packers. And who was the other team he was between?
You texted me about it.
Yeah. Maybe it was
remember.
the Ravens?
So,
Packers or the Ravens?
I think this is actually going to be very fun to watch because, and it's funny because I was thinking this and then I saw it in an article, but Lamar Jackson, I feel like we can really compare him to Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Who Deshaun Jackson excelled with Michael Vick.
Very fair comparison.
And he even said that. He's like, I've been really wanting to play with Lamar Jackson. He's the closest thing to Michael Vick.
Yes.
And I think that it's going to be really exciting watching him play as long as he doesn't get injured. And I'm just... So I picked him up because I think that I don't really have any super strong wide receivers. I have a bunch of like middle ground wide receivers. And I think that he's going to be very interesting. And I wanted to take him before someone else.
Why not?
Yeah,
why not?
I just don't know how long it's going to be until he plays.
I don't know either. No
I was hoping by
I didn't
Sunday.
read anything about it. No, that seems fast. But then again, with Christian McCaffrey, but he was active too. You know, like he's been in football shape.
Yeah, but Deshaun Jackson, I think, got signed to the practice team on like Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe by next week.
Maybe.
We'll see. Hopefully, we'll have more news then.
Yeah. Well, if we're even filming next week. Yeah.
I guess we should bring that up.
We'll bring it up at the end.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was really excited about this Jackson to Jackson. Jackson squared. I don't know. I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I wonder what Tim thinks.
Oh yeah, we have to ask Tim about that.
So it had to have been after Monday because we would have definitely talked about that.
Yeah, he would have said something.
I think it was 3 days ago, so that would have been
He
Tuesday.
did follow us on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
I send him a message and see what he thinks about that.
Yeah,
Mr. Tim. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. And then also, how I was saying before, I saw Odell Beckham he's on the waivers.
Yeah, he is. I had him in my leagues for most. I drafted him as like my last pick in a lot of my leagues. But then like with injuries and bye weeks, like I had to drop him.
It says he's still recovering from his ACL surgery.
They're saying mid-November he will probably be active, but the trade deadline ends on November 1st, so he will be on a team before then. So we should know by this week.
He could also not be on a team.
He could also not be on a team, correct? But
where do you think he's going to go?
The Chiefs.
No, I don't think so.
I
think he'd either stay with the Rams.
The Rams, like it all came out last week that they offered it. They didn't offer him enough money, and he was like, "I just can't play here anymore." Unless they made. But then again, I think McVay said something like that wasn't our final offer. I did think he was going to stay with the Rams too.
Yeah,
seems like a good fit.
I think that
they need a lot of help right now.
They do. They kind of need him. Maybe the Panthers.
But I think it's also up to him. Like, I think he wants to be on a team that's a contending team, which is why I'm like, I don't know if I would want to go to Green Bay right now. It's going to be cold soon. It already is cold. Let's not lie to ourselves.
I mean, he played for the New York Giants.
There's not a lot going on. And that's another team that they're saying he might go back to the Giants, but I don't think he would do that. But maybe.
Oh, no. Please don't go back to the Giants. That would not be good.
They seem like contenders right now. But Alec thinks they're pretenders.
No, I mean, yeah, I do. But I also think that Daniel Jones is actually a good quarterback. And a lot of people were like not agreeing with me on that.
No, I think Daniel Jones is solid.
But I don't think the Giants are solid as a team. I think Saquon Barkley is solid, and I think Daniel Jones is solid, and I guess their coach is really good. I don't like him, but my mom says he's got really interesting play calling.
Yeah. Great play calling.
Yeah, and he's very creative. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what you said, creative? Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's just annoying, though, that they keep winning, and they keep winning in the end.
Yeah. Isn't your dad a Giants fan?
He is.
You should just be happy for your dad.
I don't like teams that win on luck.
You're saying I don't like my dad.
No.
I was like, okay, that's for another
It's just annoying
video.
Because I feel like we're working really hard for our wins. Yeah. I know we're playing easier teams, but these easier teams have beaten more difficult teams. Yeah. But we're putting the work out on the field. We're intercepting the ball. We're doing these
you guys do look like
down
a very whole team.
Plays. We're not punting on 4th down. We're going for the 2-point conversions. You know, I mean,
we'll see.
It's frustrating that we're performing very, very well, and the Giants are just getting by, and they're in 2nd place right now.
Yeah, I get you.
I don't even know when we play.
There are so many 3-3 teams.
Next week, I'm going to go through the standings again.
Yeah,
because it is getting very interesting.
It's crazy.
There's only 3 4-1 teams remaining. The Vikings.
Yeah, I know.
The Giants.
Yeah.
2 of them. Blah. And then the Bills.
Yeah. Pretty nuts.
It is crazy.
Weird. So weird.
1-6-0, one undefeated team, and we will remain undefeated for one more week at least because we are on a bye this week.
Yeah, baby.
Hell yeah.
Very nice feeling.
I know it is.
To have a bye week.
I can just focus all my energy on the Phillies.
Yes, you can. Good energy.
But yeah, no. Back to Deshaun Jackson.
You're excited.
I'm excited to see him play with Lamar Jackson. If you guys had got him, you even texted me. I was like, you don't want him.
Yeah, I remember.
He gets injured a lot. That. But I think that I also don't really see a connection with him and Aaron Rodgers because Deshaun Jackson is a little bit of a like give me the ball kind of person. And if he's not catching the ball, it could have just been a huge problem on that team.
Too many divas.
Yeah, but I think him and Lamar Jackson will
have a good chemistry.
Mesh very well because just the style of play.
I agree with you. I agree.
And the fact that I feel like Lamar Jackson isn't one of those quick passers, so that allows D-Jax to kind of get where he needs to be. And no, I think it's going to be great.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
I did want to bring one more thing up about the Thursday Night Football game. I forgot.
Last night or the Bears?
Just Thursday Night Football in general. So they confirmed it last night on broadcast that we, next season, not this season, next season, will get a Black Friday football game. So there will be football at 3 p.m. next year, the day after Thanksgiving. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I just wanted to bring that up because that made me really excited when I saw
Why
that.
are they doing that?
So there was all these theories floating around that Amazon, since it's, Prime's going to be hosting it too, it's just kind of like this conscious effort to have people stay in their homes and shop online if there's football on, which is pretty smart. So they don't have to go out to the store. They could just sit at home, watch football,
people start
shop.
Black Friday shopping.
I'm happy.
After dinner on Thursday now. It starts at 4 p.m.
Yeah, I'm sorry
it's not
if you're one
even
of those
Friday.
people, but I think that's so silly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Interesting.
Touche. I like it. Whatever. Yeah.
So we'll have football Monday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
It's a lot of football.
I love it.
I love it too.
I wish it started this year, but no, we gotta wait till next year.
Yeah.
And I kind of have this feeling that I hope it's right that Amazon goes all in on the NFL broadcasting situation next season. Because right now I think DirecTV still has the run on it, and that's why in certain areas we can't watch our team. But their contract expires this year. So if Bezos goes and buys out the NFL rights or whatever for broadcasting, maybe they'll stream it all on Amazon and you can just choose your team and be able to watch every game.
Yeah, but a lot of people
like
are
a normal
upset.
human.
A lot of people are upset with it being on Amazon Prime on Thursday.
Yeah.
Because people like my mom who don't have a smart
Amazon
TV.
True, or a smart TV.
Yeah, or bars. A lot of bars don't have smart TV.
No, I know. We were talking about that with the whole... Yeah. But it would be a hell of a lot easier than just having to go out to a bar or something to watch your team. I can't watch my Packers this week.
I love watching...
Yeah, but wouldn't it be amazing that you can watch any game?
Why can't you
worry about it?
Oh, you can't watch your Packers because they're not
No, I don't live in Wisconsin.
So that was annoying when we were playing the Cardinals.
Exactly.
They're every state except for PA, maybe Delaware, and Arizona were the only 3 that could get the Eagles game. And the Eagles were undefeated at that point too. And it's just why?
It's the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's all a money grab. So I hope that Amazon goes through with it.
It's good for people like us. But
good for people like us. But yeah.
I mean, I guess though, regardless, my mom wouldn't be able to watch the Eagles games,
exactly.
whether it was on Prime or not. And I have Prime, and I told her to use mine, but she has a Fire Stick now.
Yeah.
So that's the only way she can have any, because Fire Stick, you can also have all the apps.
Right. Exactly.
She can't have the apps on. I mean, but I think our TV does have Prime.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to say, it's time, but it is kind of time, people. We got to move on to streaming. The future is now. Get the smart TV.
Yeah, let these rich people get even more rich.
Yeah, let the rich people get more rich. I mean, they're going to regardless. So.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, like
on
he needs any more
NFL
money.
Network or whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm hoping. I just need convenience.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So did
Anything
you
else?
have? No, I mean, like I said, I don't watch a lot of football, so I don't really have. I feel bad. I don't have a lot to
fevery
contribute.
and sleeping.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to contribute as far as games go. I think I covered everything in the Eagles game.
I feel like that's good. I did have some injuries. I can just quickly go through.
Yeah, let's go over the injuries,
and then maybe
I have
we
some
can
fantasy questions.
And then we can get to my favorite part: predictions. All right, so I didn't put a whole lot down here because I feel like it is very tedious. Like I say every week, just more of like the fantasy big guys. So Rashad Bateman on the Ravens, he's limited with a foot injury, but he did practice yesterday. Mark Andrews, I have
him. No.
Big one
what
for
happened
me.
to him?
He has a knee injury. He didn't practice. So it is like probably around 6:30 right now as we film this. So there should be an injury report out, I would imagine, for today to see if he'll play on Sunday, but I don't know.
Oh, no.
I know. Bengals, Jamar Chase, big one. He
hello. I'm playing against him.
Hip injury, limited in practice, but I think he'll be fine.
I think he doesn't even have a
designation on there.
No, healthy.
Okay.
It says he's healthy.
Maybe the injury reports have come out since I wrote this list, and it looks like he'll be playing. Hayden Hurst was also on the injury report for Wednesday, and he was limited.
I think he is still injured, but no, he's healthy now too.
Okay, so you can update me as I go here.
I dropped him though, to make room for Deshaun Jackson, which might have been stupid, but
don't talk to me about receivers.
Okay. I have Hawkinson.
He's
done his bye week.
Who you want to roll with, in my opinion.
I don't think I would ever put Hurston above Hawkinson.
I wouldn't.
Unless he gets
on
injured.
a bye week or injured.
He's already had his bye week.
Right, we're done with that.
Yeah.
So, then we spoke about Dak already. He will be playing this week. Obviously. Allie's very excited. Russell Wilson!
What happened to him?
Hamstring. He did practice.
Right.
I have a very
like
interesting Russell Wilson thing I saw this week that blew my mind.
Tell me about it.
So we all know it's no mystery that the Broncos
He's still questionable.
Just really suck right now. The last two press conferences that Russell Wilson has had, he has not said Broncos country, let's ride.
What a baby.
That's a big deal. So
they put too many eggs in Russell Wilson's Easter basket.
Which brings me to my interesting point. So the Broncos gave Russell Wilson $245 million, a 7-year contract. So the Broncos are locked into this for 7 years. They mortgaged their entire future with 2 first rounds, 2 second rounds, and 3 players. And they now have the lowest amount of points scored this season so far of any team. Wow.
What were they thinking?
I don't know. 7 years is so long. I mean, he could get fired. They still have to pay him the guaranteed money.
7 years for someone who is... How old is Russell Wilson?
He's not as old as you would think.
If I had to guess, I would say he's 32.
That's probably fair. He's younger than me. Ooh, which is so weird.
Who is the backup quarterback for the Broncos? Because maybe I should keep Judy in. Because maybe this backup quarterback who might go in for Russell Wilson.
I think
he's 33 years old and he's from Cincinnati,
we are the same
Ohio.
Age, me and Russ.
November 29th, so he's about to be 34. 7 years?
7 years.
That means 41 years old. 40 to 41 years old.
Who thought that was that's a great idea, signed? That's so weird.
7 years?
Isn't that mind-blowing?
Has anyone ever been signed for 7 years as a quarterback?
Sure. I mean, they can.
I feel like it's always
cut you.
I feel like it's 4.
They
Everybody
can
always
cut
goes with
you.
4, and even 4, you're like.
I know. But the Deshaun Watson signing was dumb too.
How long was that?
I don't know how long it was, but it was a massive contract, and they knew what was going on with this guy. Yeah, but they knew the allegations, and they still they have. It's like an astronomical guaranteed amount too that they have to give him. I don't understand. I could do better business than this. I'm not even good at that. I know. We have the wrong body parts for that though.
It is 2022.
True. Draft us. Tiny but mighty.
What would I play as a... I
would be a wide receiver.
I think I'd be a tight end.
You would be such a good tight end. You are the body type.
I could tackle people.
Yeah.
I could catch, and I can run. I don't run very fast. I'd be just like Dallas Goedert.
Allie, you were born to be a tight end. I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My shoulder's too messed up to be a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be good at quarterback. I'm blind. I have such bad vision. I'd definitely be a wide receiver, but then you have to kind of like see the ball to catch it. But maybe it's like a feel thing. I don't know.
Or
maybe a running back would be good for me. I feel like I have Miles Sanders.
I think you would definitely be a running back.
I would be a good running back.
Yeah, I think you'd be a running back.
I'm stronger than I look.
Yeah, no, you definitely are. Okay.
Yeah.
But
back to it.
Yeah, sign me for a 7-year contract.
Yeah.
I'll play on any team.
We'll take the 245.
Yeah.
That's fine.
7 years. Russell Wilson. What were they thinking? Because he hasn't even been doing that well for the last couple of years.
No.
And you said they gave up those draft picks?
And 3 other players.
And 3 players?
Yeah.
We got to do a whole segment on the worst trades
for sure
in history.
For sure.
We have to. That is just like mine. That's probably one of
I want to have like a shitty info or like a shinfo like segment on this. Yeah. Because I always find these like little interesting facts every week, and I'm like, ooh, that's fun to put into.
I do want to do an episode when we have time. Let's do an episode on the worst trades and then an episode on the best trades in history. But to go into that kind of, because you reminded me that I had something about this week that really twisted my tits.
Oh.
And it's not necessarily like football related or to do with any of the players, but like it's really, really, really annoying people making fun of how into sports I am. And I think they were just doing it this week because of the success of Philadelphia.
Of course.
And my excitement. And it's like, why do people have to be like that? Like, why do you have to see me being happy? I've spent a lot of years being a miserable fan. You know what I mean? I kind of deserve this.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, I'm really bummed with how my season's going, but at least I have you to be excited for.
But it's
like, I wouldn't be mad at you.
Like, I was just talking about the Phillies before we even made it this far in the playoffs. Like, I think it was just it wasn't this week. So yeah, it was before we got into the national championship game. It's been 10 or 11 years since we've been to the playoffs. I should be allowed to be excited about this. Yeah. And everybody just likes to keep making fun of me. Even if you were in the
playoffs last year, you should be excited.
Well, so I was out at the bar on Tuesday night, game 1 of the National League Championship game. I was in my Phillies jersey. I'm at the bar, to the sports bar. It is a sports bar. I'm sorry. And I'm at the bar, and I think Bryce Harper hit the first home run, and I'm like clapping and like blah, 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 whatever I'm doing. And these people that are sitting in the bar area, they're at the high tops, which is part of the bar, are making comments about like me being excited about the Phillies taking the lead in the national championship game at the sports bar. Like, I think the guy made a comment of like, is that necessary? Like, oh my God. And I'm just like, excuse me. And then like also too, just people being like, oh, well, you're obviously a Phillies fan. And I'm like, what fucking what effing gave it away? Like, do you like really? I mean, you must be a boring a-hole.
I don't understand.
And but no, like I just this week it just like was really, really, I think every single day this week I had somebody making fun of me for being into sports, and I'm just like, I'm sorry that I have something I'm passionate about and you're just a miserable, lonely person.
I have a lot of things you're passionate about, so you're a very well-rounded person.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's dumb.
But it just is annoying because it's like, oh, I know, if you would have been there too, because I know we both get it at the shop.
Yes.
And it's just like, I'm sorry, but like, and we're, you know, I could go on and on and on about this, but it's just really annoying.
It is really annoying.
It's just like, let me be who I am and let me be excited for a few minutes. I'm sorry it's excessive sometimes, but I
also like don't want to pull the female card, but I feel like we get a little more flack being females that are like
people
really
either think
into
it's
sports.
Really, really cool, or they think it's really, really annoying.
Weird. Yeah, and weird.
Like I have both said. Like I have like it's one or the other. Like someone will be like, oh, that is so cool that you're really into sports. Or someone will be like annoyed, and you can tell they're annoyed. It's never just like kind of how I talk to you about stuff.
Did I ever tell you the story of one day when I was at the shop working and this guy came in and like I don't remember how the conversation started, but like Jimmy was like, "Oh yeah, Christine's really into football because I had football on or something," and then the guy made a comment to me that, "Oh, I told him I had a fantasy team or whatever, and I'm pretty decent at it." And the guy made a comment to me, "Well, how do you pick your team? Is it which helmet is the most sparkly or the colors you like the best of the team?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly how I pick my team." Only this guy friggin' knew just how much we know about football. I mean, I don't know everything, but I'd say we have a pretty good grasp on.
I would say, I mean,
Sports
first of all, there is just
football.
way too much to know about
There's so
sports.
many intricacies.
But I would say that I would
we're
say
like
we're
70
very
top
receptive
70%
of what's going on
For
because we're
sure.
into it. So we spend a
legit
lot of
are into
time
it.
looking, like even when I'm not here or getting ready for an episode or watching football,
Always
I'm
reading about it.
constantly it's what
We
I like
text
to
all
do
the time about it. Yeah, me too.
I love getting the
passion.
updates. Oh, when I go to the gym, I'm like, that's what I do. I love going to the gym in the morning because they have all the sports highlights for everything on TV. That's where I get my information. And that's where I also get my news. So it was funny because I was telling Vince about this because the guys are always like, why do you know so much about sports? Why do you know so much about sports? And they're not the people I'm complaining about because they're just doing it because they're like
our
my
brothers
big,
and they
my
like
little
to pick,
brothers, I should say.
They like to pick on us.
Yeah, they're just being funny. And they know me and they are just, they're bantering with me and they're just being
like to give a hard time.
Yeah, they're not being like disrespectful or like rude about it.
Right.
But so we got into this conversation. We actually, I think we're starting to talk about the gym, and Vince was just like, I don't like going to the gym. I'd rather work out at home. And I'm like, I love going to the gym because it's just where I get all my information. That sounds really bad. That's like saying I get all my information from the internet, but it's where I get all my sports updates and
catch
highlights
up on your stuff.
And I told Vince, I was like, I mean, if it wasn't for the gym or the Dunkin' Donuts next door, I would have never known there was a hurricane coming.
Ignorance is bliss.
Vince is like, nobody told you, and I'm like, Vince, who do I talk to?
Me.
Yeah.
But I'm in the same bubble you are.
Yeah, I'm like, I take care of my horse, I take care of my dog, and I come to work. And I'm not talking about the weather with my clients.
I think the bariatric pressure is dropping.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, but I'm like, why would I know? Unless I saw it on TV.
People
and I don't have
their shutters up.
Yeah, I don't have cable. So it's like, I'm sorry, but my Netflix app doesn't have like the weather in my area. It's better
that way, to be honest with you, anyway.
But I just thought it was so funny that he said that because it was literally like 2 days before the storm was coming that I found out about it. It was because we were going over to Tampa and like
that's right.
I was just like, wait a minute, like, there's a hurricane out there, and apparently it had been out there for a week.
It was a minute, yeah.
But yeah, no. So it's just, it's getting my sports updates is part of my routine, and I love it. And even now with the baseball, I would say I don't know a lot about baseball at all. Like I couldn't name a coach or anything like that. Which I don't know if that's what makes you knowledgeable or not. Is if you know the coaches, then you know a lot about sports. Names of the coaches
in the NFL.
We know a good amount.
But not it's hard to think of it off the top of my head quickly.
Yeah, and baseball is one of those sports where it just is really hard to keep up with everything because like things are there's games every day of the week, so things are constantly changing.
Like basketball. It's so many games.
I could only maybe name like 3 or 4 pitchers on the Phillies, even though we probably have like 10 pitchers that will play in a week because they just also with your relief pitchers they're constantly rotating them. But it's definitely like I think I'm the kind of sports fan that when I'm getting invested, I remember the things and I start picking up on it more. And I don't just watch the score. I watch the players and I watch the stats and I watch all that stuff too. So then I have something to say when things are being talked about. And I think that comes off as knowing a lot about sports. But to me, it's just I'm just paying attention in the moment. And I mean, you asked me these questions next season. I'll probably remember some of the football stuff, but I'm not going to remember anything about the baseball
stuff.
I will remember like the Phillies, like stuff about the Phillies, but and also too, there will be things that happen whether it's on my team or on another team, and if a player does something that's really cool or really impressive, I follow that player too.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah, I mean I follow he's not on the Brewers anymore. He actually now is on the Padres. Josh Hader, I think.
Yeah,
He was like one of your guys' best pitcher on the Brewers, or George's the Brewers fan,
Yeah,
not you. But anyway,
I won't say it.
And he also was the pitcher that was pitching against Kyle Schwarber when Kyle Schwarber freaked out on Angel Hernandez, the umpire. And that's why I bought the Kyle Schwarber jersey, because I just thought it was so amazing. And then I followed Josh Hader because I just was like, he just also was, they were saying that he was one of the best pitchers, and even he acknowledged that that ball was a ball.
Yeah.
And so when the Brewers traded him, I didn't know where he went. Saw him pitching in the playoffs on the Padres, getting them into, they beat the Mets. He was the final pitcher. And so, now we're playing against him. So it's just like, I don't know anything about the Padres or really the Brewers except Josh Hader and then that guy that I met, and that's about it. So
bottom line, just let people live their lives.
Yeah, if you don't want to talk to me about sports, then we can talk about something else. But
exactly.
Don't twist my tits.
I know, that twists my tits too.
It was killing me all week because every day I'm just trying to be excited about my teams, and then people are just
raining on your parade.
Yeah, and it's just like, I'm sorry, maybe you're jealous that
that's
sorry
exactly
you didn't
what
pick
it
a team
is.
that's doing good.
That's exactly what it is.
But yeah, I don't know.
Fantasy. Did you want to run some fantasy stuff by me?
I was curious if you've made any changes to your teams, because I told you I got my Deshaun Jackson.
I did pick up a Panthers running back, Foreman, I believe his name is.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah, last night. I'm not sure if he'll be the RB2 or not. I know Chuba Hubbard is still there. So, but I did just pick him up for the hell of it. I thought that can't be too bad a bet. Yeah. But also, they are not a very good team. So... But they got to do something with the ball, right?
They are playing the Bucks. Oh, that'll be interesting.
I don't think so. I don't think that'll be interesting at all.
I don't think they have too many holes in their lineup.
I think
unfortunately.
I think we'll probably choose the same prediction on that one. But yeah,
Is it Baker Mayfield?
Yeah.
Is he the problem on the team?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's just everything.
So I thought I saw something, and we might have talked about this before last week, but because they were saying at the beginning of the season, things weren't working out with Baker on the Browns.
Yeah.
And now I'm wondering if he is the problem. Oh, we did talk about this last week. Same thing with Russell Wilson.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I guess maybe if they rebuild this team, but
if they start winning.
It's going to take a while.
It also has to be frustrating. But, okay, I don't know what's going on with the Panthers. I do think Russell Wilson is a huge part of the problem on the Broncos.
I do too. But he's like Russell Wilson just seems like that guy that's enthused for everybody. He's the annoying guy, even when you're losing, he's the guy in the corner still let's go, and you're just shut up. Yeah, there was a team photo shoot video, and he's trying to get everybody he looks like a very enthusiastic dad. Yeah, that was trying to get everybody to smile. I don't know, and he's always very supportive. When he's with the Seahawks, after every interview, it's go Hawks. Now every interview, Broncos country, let's ride. He's got a lot of pride. Well, he hasn't said that the last two press conferences.
Maybe he just doesn't like the Broncos country, let's ride. I would still say let's ride. I wouldn't necessarily say all that other stuff.
Maybe it's the elevation.
Maybe.
No, but they play other places too, though, and still suck. I don't know. I'm done trying to figure it out. I don't know. All right.
So is that the only move you made?
I think so.
How is your very injured team? Is it still very injured?
Still very injured, and I'm 0-6 in that league. Nothing could go right. Everybody's injured, and then, my first draft pick was Jonathan Taylor, and we all know, he hasn't done anything, and then he got hurt, so he's been out a few weeks.
I think he's back.
He's going to play this week, and I think Hines will play, too.
Oh, he's okay.
Yeah, I think
and Tua's playing this
Tua
week.
should be back. Yeah, he cleared concussion protocol.
I guess that wasn't a doppelganger or a stunt double.
No, our theory's gone off.
I also don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like 1 week where some of it was probably minimal practice, still too soon.
He said this week that he remembers everything up to the point of the concussion that night, and then came to when he was on his way to the ER in Cincinnati.
They play the Steelers, so I guess that's
okay. The Sunday night game. Remember we were trying to go and it was so expensive?
Oh, yeah. That's not a very exciting Sunday night game.
No.
All right. Well,
so yeah, no, I really haven't made.
I mean, okay.
I was worried about the Devontae too.
Do you have
with the suspension? But it doesn't look like he will be suspended until. Well, I don't even know if he will be suspended. I think they have to wait for this whole thing to play out in court because, like, the guy obviously charged him, or he got charged with, like, misdemeanor.
I think they should still, like...
So he's not going to be suspended until that goes through, that's the proceedings and stuff.
I think that is a bad move for the NFL. I think they should, just to show that you're on the side of fans and there's consequences. And again, you know...
For actions. I mean, Mike Evans got suspended for a game.
Exactly.
Granted, that happened to another player within the game.
That makes it a little bit...
Exactly.
That makes it worse that it was somebody who's not a football player.
I think so, too.
And was carrying equipment. And I get it. So maybe he was crossing an out-of-bounds spot.
Yeah.
But you still don't take two hands and forcefully shove somebody out of your way because they're not in the right spot.
I agree.
So, I don't think that's okay.
I'm happy he's playing for selfish reasons, but I agree with you in the sense that I think he should have been suspended a game.
I agree. Yeah. I think so. But yeah, so was that all your injuries? Did you have anything on Lockett? Because he's got it questionable.
No, that was not all my injuries. I got distracted. Lockett. Where's my CI? Oh yeah, Tyler Lockett. Still injured with a hamstring. Did not practice this week.
Oof.
We'll have to check. Was there any updates on that on your phone as of now?
No, he still has the little cue by him. And, I mean, it's not the end of the world because, okay, so I actually do have a lot of questions for my fantasy team.
Okay, lay it on me.
Your guidance.
Sister.
So if I can't play Lockett, I'll have
what are
to
your
move,
options?
Well, I'll have to move Judy out of my flex. So he will be a wide receiver going. And then I have on my bench Antonio Gibson.
Okay.
Which the guy who got shot is back. Robinson. Yes. We finally know his name. We can stop calling him the guy who got shot.
He's very good at football, too.
He is very good.
Like, wrong that I didn't know that guy's name sooner.
I also feel like...
a tough cookie, too. Jeez.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I feel like, though, if Heineke's in, he's more of a passer, I think.
Yes.
And they have somebody else, too, a wide receiver who actually did...
Terry McLaurin?
Is that Scary Terry? No, not him. The other guy. Samuel? Has been doing more work on the team, I think.
I don't watch much of the Commanders.
See, this is where I'm like, I saw a name on a jersey, and I saw him catching the ball a lot, and I think I played against him one week.
Okay.
But anyway, so I am still holding on to Antonio Gibson, even though
absolutely
everybody is saying the same thing, that like they don't see him having a lot of involvement with the Commanders. But people are theorizing in the discussion boards that he's probably going to try to get traded somewhere. So I'm holding him. Yeah, I'm holding on to him because I'm wondering.
Well, you'll know by the end of. Well,
and wouldn't it be great if he gets traded to a team that I already had a bye week for, and then he never went on a bye week on my roster?
Gotcha, suckers.
Because Antonio Gibson is actually very good.
He's a decent player. I've had him on many of my fantasy teams previous years.
Yeah. Like he's
not like one of those guys that's going to go out and get you 40 points.
No, but he gets you like consistently like 10 to 15.
Yes.
Which is sometimes all you need.
Exactly.
And
I'll take it.
So I guess like let's just say Lockett's out.
Okay.
Which is going to be frustrating.
Looking pretty likely.
Yeah. So I moved Judy up and crossed my fingers.
I think that's good.
And then I move Antonio Gibson up to my flex or Jamal Williams.
I would put Jamal in your flex. But then I hate when we go through this and I tell you to do something.
It's hit or miss.
And then I feel, well, also, we need to look up what's going on with DeAndre Swift.
I think he's still out. So you didn't find anything on DeAndre Swift?
I might have missed that. I was like going through injuries and I saw like the Lions tab and I was like, keep scrolling. Just mean, because I do like the Lions.
He's still questionable. Shoulder.
Did it say he practiced this week?
I don't know where it says that.
Usually when a guy practices, it's pretty hopeful that he'll play.
He's questionable with an ankle and shoulder for week 7 against the Cowboys.
Did it say game time decision?
I don't see that.
Well, I would just watch it.
He was limited in Thursday's practice.
So he practiced. I would just keep an eye on it. Sunday they'll probably designate him. And then I would just say, like, If he doesn't play, I would play. Personally, I would put Jamal in.
If DeAndre Swift's not in.
Yeah.
If he isn't, I think I'm going to put him in no matter what, though, because I don't see Antonio Gibson getting a lot of involvement with... Well, but maybe he will, because...
That's Heineke.
How are you guys against the running defense? Or the running offense? How's your defense against the run game? That's what I'm trying to say.
They're not the best, but they're also not the worst.
So are they better at blocking passes? If you were playing your defense,
I think
what
we're
would
pretty
you do?
decent at blocking the run. I do. I think we're better at blocking the run than we are passes. But then Jair's really good too.
Because I think that my matchup this week is really going to come down to like 5 to 7 points is what I'm predicting. So even if one of these guys just got me like 5 points, I think that's all I would need to like get.
I would roll with
Jamal Williams.
But I also like have just a Jamal-shaped void in my heart.
Why?
Because he used to play on the Packers and I love him.
Oh, Christine.
So I'm kind of.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm playing AJ Dillon this week over Jamal Williams.
I know. Hopefully we get more quadfather action too. That needs to happen. But
I think I will do Jamal Williams because if I put AJ Dillon in,
I would play Jamal. I don't know why. I just have a feeling about him. But he's good.
Do we picture your game being a high-scoring game on both teams?
No, I don't think so. I don't know, but then Rogers, that video yesterday where he's out there having fun in practice, rubbing his nips, I was like, this is going to be a 4-touchdown game. But then that's just me. I don't know how rational that thought was. Nipple rubbing equivalent.
This is like what I don't
4-touchdown
like.
game from Rogers. It's getting hot here. Maybe it's
You could take that part off if you want.
No, I'm a game player. This is how I'm going to
So
get better at
interesting.
predictions.
I don't know what to do. But
I don't know.
Anyway, let's go into our predictions.
Let's predict. So do you want to talk about how we might not be able to film next week?
Oh, yeah. So we both have really crazy schedules going into November.
We're going into hell season right now.
Yeah, well, it's good though.
Money's a good thing.
Yeah,
it's a good problem to have.
Time
is limited.
Yeah,
and
so
burnout happens.
We're trying to look at both our schedules and figure out when we can both have time to do our next episode after this week. And potentially we could have Wednesday night.
Yes,
and that's about it.
Potential. Yeah, we only have Wednesday night option pretty much at this point. I'm waiting on confirming a client.
For what day?
Wednesday evening.
Oh, so okay.
Yes.
Well, how late would you be going though? Because I'm going to be
like 8 something.
Well, I might not get out of work until 8 something.
Yeah, so it might work out.
So we don't know. So what we're going to do this week is we already did the Cardinals-Saints game in our last episode. So I did not add the tallies. Christine did get that. So you are one above me right now
for
week 7. So we'll go through our week 7s, write them all down, log them, and then we will also do our week 8 predictions. And if we do another episode and we haven't decided yet if we're going to just like make each other keep the predictions
or we can switch them out according to how this Sunday
I think we should switch them out.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, so
do some edits if we feel like we need to.
Yeah, so if we have a Wednesday episode, we'll probably just do another round of predictions. And then if we don't have a Wednesday episode, we do have our predictions logged. They'll be in this episode.
Yeah, we're taking our bye week. Maybe.
Yeah, we might have to.
We will let you know.
Bye week, we also didn't do the thing.
Christine was sick. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I completely forgot about it. We'll figure that out. Yeah, maybe for your bye week, we'll just do both of us that week.
That would be really nice.
And then like I can read the questions for you.
Okay, but just remind me. We'll remember somehow.
Yeah.
I'll make a note of my phone.
Well, your bye week is in 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
I think we're pretty late. We might. I think our bye week's the end of November.
Well, that's good because maybe by then we'll have a few more people that will be following the page. Okay.
We're up to 16 subscribers.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. If you do watch this video, please subscribe. We would really appreciate it. I said it like a real YouTube person. Subscribe.
Yeah, click the button.
Click the button right down there, which I have no idea how to do that.
We'll figure. I think we need to get one of those
intro-y things.
Yeah. Okay.
Outro-y things.
We got 4 teams on bye again this week, so we got 14 games.
I can erase this now.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. Here's the bone.
The bone.
And your pen's working. I feel like.
I didn't check it, but I think it looks moist. Ew.
So this is going to be probably I'm predicting that we're going to have the most splits this week.
You think?
Maybe. I don't know.
I gave myself a pep talk this morning. I looked in the mirror in the bathroom and I was like, Christine, don't try to be a wild card this week. Because this is how you end up.
Okay.
Itchy and possibly with a rash.
Oh, no. Sorry.
It's okay.
If it gives you a rash, I will do something different.
No! I'm a team player, Allie.
Okay. Okay, so we have for game 2, because now we already had game 1, the Browns at the Ravens, which is very fitting with your outfit.
Even though this is a Vikings outfit, I'm borderline Raven too.
I don't know what I want to go with for this.
So, yeah, okay. Should I be drawing these? I'm supposed to draw them. Because I'm a loser. I'll draw them.
Okay.
Then for next week, I'm not drawing them.
You've been wanting to draw them for a while.
I don't want to draw them.
This
is going to be very embarrassing.
I really don't know
I don't
what
know if
I want to
draw
go with.
this.
At Ravens.
Actually, that's not that bad.
I think you went with the Ravens because if you were going with the Browns, you'd be drawing Brownie.
Don't like that. This might take too much time. Oh, don't like that. Okay. Just roll with it. Okay. I'm going with the Ravens.
Okay.
There's my little
I went with the
ugly
Ravens also.
Raven.
But it was very, I don't know.
I know. It's funny you say that.
It would not surprise me if
the Browns pulled off a win. I feel very similar to you, but with my pep talk in the mirror, I was like, don't go ham, Christine.
Who did the Browns play last week?
I don't remember.
My eye is so itchy.
Maybe
they played the Chargers, and they barely lost.
Yeah. Are you going to edit your...
I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it.
I'm going to keep it, too.
Yeah.
I also don't want to draw Brownie the elf.
You looked so terrified when you said that. That's going to be a close one. I mean, I want the Ravens to win. It's a division game, so they kind of need to win.
Yeah, they need that one.
That's going to be hard. Then we got the Bucks at the Panthers. Good luck drawing that one.
Why am I blanking on their logo right now?
It's a pirate flag.
Oh, yeah, I know it. You got to give me another second. Okay. I'm going Bucks.
I want the Bucks too. That's actually pretty good.
Thank you.
I mean, it's not. You should have given him an iPad, but I like your illustration.
Thank you.
For a quick, that's a good Pictionary drawing.
Thank you, Allie. You're so positive.
And then we got. Are you ready? Okay,
yeah.
We got the Falcons at the Bengals.
Oh man, so this was the one that I was really having a tough time with. To be honest with you.
I'm going to let you show your answer. And then
at the Bengals.
It's in Cincinnati, yes. And then I'm going to ask you your thoughts. But I don't want to ask them just yet because I don't want it to give away who you're going with.
Okay.
This one didn't really give me that much problems.
Okay, ready? Going Bengals.
I went with the Bengals too.
Okay.
Why are you thinking that this is like a questionable game?
I don't know. I just thought the Falcons performed really well against the Niners last week. It was a close game. But I like the fact that this one's in Cincy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that the
Home
Bengals are way different than the 49ers.
Yeah. Have we been the same on this so far?
Yeah, you said Ravens, Bucks, and Bengals. Yeah, so
Ravens,
we're good.
Bucks, and Bengals on mine.
And then we have the Lions at the Dallas Cowboys with Dak's return, a home game in Dallas.
Oh my God! See, this is where I want to take a wild card, but this is how I get myself into trouble.
This would be a very, and I'm not trying to talk you into doing something, but this would be a wild card game that, I went with the Lions against Washington and they beat Washington.
But at the same time, I feel like Dak knows he has to come out and, like, play lights out.
You also have to remember, too, the Lions are coming off a bye week.
Yeah.
And they had a goose egg before their bye week. And they got MCDC.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I want to draw the Lions logo more than the Cowboys logo.
That sounds way more difficult than just drawing a star.
Yeah, it'd just be fun.
Okay, well, do what you want to do.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to write it.
Oh, I don't know. I just want to copy whatever you decide.
What do you think I'm going to do?
I don't know. My brain says, no, I got to... Okay. I'm going with not the thing that I wanted to go with. So...
I said the Cowboys.
I like the Cowboys. One, you hate them, and second, it's almost Halloween. It's so cute. Yeah, it's good.
Why do you hate them? Honestly, when I was writing it, I was like, this sounds fitting because it's Halloween.
Yeah, it's cute. I went with them too. I did.
That was a very tough decision to make.
Yeah, I know.
It is at home.
It is at home.
Dak is coming back, so there will be a lot of hype. But I would not be surprised.
I know.
If the Lions...
I have a very odd feeling about it that they pull it out. I have a very odd feeling.
I have that feeling too, but I also had that feeling with the Chiefs and the Bills.
Yeah,
and I was wrong.
Exactly.
And
I call this moment that we just had football broccoli because it might not be the choice we want to go with, but it's the choice that's good for us.
Or bad for us, because, like...
Or bad for us.
I would want to be the person that was like, I knew the Lions were going to beat the Cowboys, but then I would also just be saying that because I'm an Eagles fan and I wanted them to beat the team.
I don't know.
But, I mean, again, almost all of these, except for the Panthers, if the Panthers beat the Bucks, I would be very shocked, but I would be very happy. If the Browns beat the Ravens, I wouldn't be surprised. I guess I would maybe be surprised if the Falcons beat the Bengals, but... At the same time, the Falcons are coming off that win, and maybe they could do it. If the Lions do beat the Cowboys, definitely would not be surprised at all.
Yeah, me either. I feel the same way.
Like, I would almost be jealous because I feel like if the Lions do beat the Cowboys, it's going to be a way more epic win than our win, and I'm going to be like, why didn't we do that?
I don't know. The fact that we're putting so much energy into it.
They have Amon-Ra St. Brown is back.
I know. Oh.
There's like purple feathers, like little feathers, like floating everywhere. If I'm like zoning out, I'm just looking at.
There's feathers all over my whiteboard.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Shedding.
Okay, now we have the Giants at Jacksonville.
This one stumps me too. I'm not gonna lie.
I wrote mine.
Okay. I'm just
no pressure.
My little squeaky. All right. Well, it's not the best, but it'll do. I went with the Jags.
I went with the Giants.
I know I should have went with the Giants. I know I should have.
You don't know that.
I feel like this is going to be an upset.
If it was a more exciting quarterback than Trevor Lawrence, I would have gone with the Jags.
Yeah.
Like if it was Minshew or Nick
I really
Foles.
thought you were going to go Jags on that. That surprises me.
Maybe this is some voodoo strategy I have going. For the bigger cause.
Don't say that. I can't wear this thing another week.
I have points to lose if it means division.
You can take an over-under bet this week, too.
I don't need to, though.
I know. Wow. Okay. Way to rub it in.
No, I think if this was like week 2, week 3, they could have maybe done it, but
they look like they're fizzling out a little.
So
they have been fizzling a little.
I have their defense this week, too. I should want them to win.
Yeah.
I mean, I do want them to win, but
ETN's looking good, though.
He is. He's about the only thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just sloppy.
I mean,
Doug P, what's going on out there?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he needs to take the team for ice cream. Try that strategy.
Maybe they're having too much ice cream.
Maybe they're having too much ice cream. It's hot in Jacksonville.
And then we
ice
got
cream.
The Packers at Washington. Dun, 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 dun.
God, it's so scary. Oh my God, Allie, I'm so used to drawing on Procreate. I just drew a circle, if that's not a dead giveaway, and I held it, waiting for the circle to like perfect, and I was like, what's going on? Well, that's about the worst logo I've ever seen.
I want the Packers. Also.
They have to pull it together this week. If we don't, we are absolutely dead. Although,
Christine, if the Packers lose to Washington, I don't know if I could pick them in another prediction.
Me either. And we play the Bills next week. Forget it. Like, I don't know.
That's right. I forgot we have to do our next week picks too.
Yeah. I hate to doubt them, but
yeah,
that's going to be a tough matchup.
Okay.
No, or not at all.
Then we got the Colts at Tennessee Titans.
Oh.
Division game.
What is that? Okay.
I'm literally thinking the same thing. I think it's like a T with flames.
It is. It is. And like little stars.
They're stars?
I think so. I don't know what the Titans. What is that? It looks like a religious symbol.
I went with the Titans too. I think it's just one flame like going like off to the side.
This looks like a cult symbol.
I like it though.
Thanks. Maybe they should just change the logo to my drawings.
When they do the Nickelodeon games.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have the Texans at the Raiders.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
I feel like Bob Ross. What?
Well, go ahead and do your thing, because I think I was wrong about one of the other logos.
You were?
I think the Bucks is a pirate ship, and the Raiders is the guy.
The Raiders definitely is the guy. I'm deep in it right now. Raiders.
I'm deep in it.
I am. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, I went with the Raiders.
I went with the Raiders.
Let me see your logo. He's sad.
He is sad.
He has the swords coming across.
Once we start winning games, I'll make all my logos happy.
Okay. So the Buccaneers it's the pirate. It is that. We were right. It's the flag.
So
yeah, with the.
It's so weird. You look at that week after week after week, and then you like just draw a blank on what it looks like. I wasn't prepared to draw these today, so doing the best I can.
Next up, we have the Jets at Browns. Or I'm sorry, at Broncos. Very exciting.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was an easy one. What are you doing under there?
Jets.
I love the Jets too. I'm all aboard. Right? That's what it looks like.
I think so.
Am I missing something? Maybe a double line? I don't know. I need to look this up.
I think it is just Jets.
Okay.
Jets.
That was an easy one then.
I wonder, do they have a throwback like where it's an actual like little jet?
They must. Oh, that'd be cute. We should look that up.
Then we got the Chiefs at the 49ers.
With Christian McCaffrey.
Interesting.
At 49ers.
At San Francisco.
That's a good team now.
I mean, the Chiefs barely beat the Raiders.
I know.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah.
But it's tough because, like, I don't see the Chiefs losing 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
But I also don't see the 49ers losing 2 games in a row. Someone's got to lose 2 games in a row.
Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I don't think I drew this logo correct. I went with the 49ers,
I went with the 49ers.
Isn't it just a simple SF?
I think so.
It's weird when you actually have to do this.
What made you go with them over the Chiefs?
I like that they're at home. I think there's going to be this like awesome energy amongst that team right now with McCaffrey going there. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of good energy swirling around them, and they just came off a loss to the Falcons.
Yeah, but so did the Chiefs.
Yeah, but the Chiefs lost to the Bills.
The Chiefs also have a bye week next 2 weeks, so they're probably going to go like balls to the wall.
Yikes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Eek. I can't see what I wrote. I think this is the Seahawks at Chargers. Yeah, because I don't see the Chargers anywhere else on my board.
At Chargers. Okay. I just need a minute to draw this.
Well, it's definitely the Seahawks then, because the Chargers is just a lightning bolt.
This is a tough one to draw this. That's not right. It's going to be like 10 hours later. Oh, yeah, that's good.
I think I put too much cream in my coffee.
This is a little...
I love how we started out our episodes drinking a beer and we've just switched to drinking coffee these last 2 episodes. The margarita one was the last one.
No kidding. By December, I'm going to be drinking straight, like, espresso. Just be so burnt out by then.
Yeah, times are busy. I want the Seahawks.
I did too.
Let me see your logo.
There's a little Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll.
And there's chewing gum in his mouth.
Is that the hand warmer?
Well, it could be your interpretation of a flag or a hand warmer or a cell phone. My little Pete Carroll.
Is he blowing a bubble?
No, that was chewing gum in his mouth. He was yelling.
Oh.
I like that.
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I think they're going to...
I do too.
See, that's another team that's also put up a lot of points. So that whole thing about Josh Allen scoring, there's no way.
There's no way.
Then we got the Steelers at Miami with Tua coming back in.
Okay. Oh.
You said the Vikings game was close. What was the score?
Vikings game.
With the Dolphins. I almost was going to go to that game because I looked up tickets.
I don't remember the score.
The morning of, and they were only like $60.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, then go
But then parking is like $40 or $70.
So stupid.
Yeah, it's wild.
Okay. It's terrifying, but...
I saw people. I went with the Dolphins,
I did
too. Honestly, I think that the tail goes the other way, I think. It's like jumping.
Isn't the new logo more...
Oh, wait. Yeah.
The vintage one goes
the
down,
angle is
right?
different,
The angle
but yeah,
is
you're right.
different.
The tail is up. I like that he's smiling.
Thank you.
So I think that
You're so supportive, Hallie.
I think that even if they had third string guy in, whatever his name is, that they still would probably beat the Steelers.
Yeah. I like that it's a Sunday night game at home, too. And
I don't like that it's the
Sunday
Sunday
night
night
might come
game.
back.
Yeah. Might
Will come back. Yeah, it said today he's going to play.
Then we got the Bears at the Patriots. This is our Monday night game.
Okay. I just can't seem to remember the... Okay, got it. Oh, God. This is the one. I'm not looking. I know what I'm going to do. The logo. For some reason, I'm blanking and it's so good. It's going to be so scary. It's going to be so scary.
I know who you're going with. Whoops. While she's drawing that, we have 4 teams on bye this week. We got the Rams, the Eagles. I'm so relieved. I need a bye week after the Dallas game. He's got like a pointy head.
This is, yeah. It's like an upside down Nike check.
It looks like a Lego.
But he also looks like a nun. Like, I went with the Patriots.
I went with the Patriots also.
If I lose predictions this year, should I get this tattooed on me?
No. No. Why?
A sad Lego.
That's awesome.
Thank you. I don't know what that was. I don't remember what it looks like.
That was pretty close.
Maybe the feathers are just poking into my brain.
I feel like he has like a helmet. And,
that was pretty
like, it
close.
reminds me of those Olympic bicyclists that have like the helmets that like.
That's exactly what I was going for. This is good for Lance Armstrong.
Okay, so bye week.
Okay.
We got the Rams, Philly, the Bills, and the Vikings. So all of you people out there with Josh Allen, I hope you have a good backup quarterback because you might not be having as great a week as you've been having.
Yeah.
I wonder who my sister is putting in for her backup quarterback.
She has Josh Allen?
No, she has Mr. Bug Eyes.
Oh, my
Mr.
favorite.
Kirk Cousins.
My favorite friend.
I wonder. I'll ask her.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
I want to hear.
Yeah, and then I have Eagles defense, so I
gotta pick up a defense.
I have one, the Jags. So there was an option that I was thinking about going with the Giants defense, which I think is funny because I'm like, which defense in this game do I think is going to do better? And I'm sticking with the Giants defense.
Yeah.
All right, so that was week 7. We're going to go into week 8.
I am going to write these ones.
Yeah, let's write them because we are at 2 hours right now.
Wow, we are at 2 hours. It goes quick.
And we got the Phillies starting in 10 minutes.
Gotta go.
All right. Week 8. I got to figure. I'm just going to circle this on mine. Which ones I'm doing. You're going to write them down?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have the Ravens at Tampa.
Tampa. Oh. We can edit next week.
This is the Thursday night game. That doesn't sound right. I did not think. Is it?
I don't know.
It is.
My foot's asleep.
Oh yeah, at Tampa. Sorry, I thought I said
At Tampa.
Yeah.
Oh, my feet are asleep.
Man, that would be a fun game to go to. But we both have like a crazy week.
And also,
I also
you
said
swore
I
off
wasn't,
Tampa. I was just gonna say,
yeah,
like, I'm
I
not
said
going
I would
back
never
there.
support any other franchises again, and I mean it.
Ooh, tough.
Yeah. I'll go to Butters.
I love Butters.
And watch the game on TV.
We'll just drive to Tampa to go to Butters.
Yeah, but we both have to work.
Yeah.
And I might not have my car back yet.
True. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
Oops.
Oh my God. I don't know. Okay. Ready?
I went with the Ravens.
I went with the Bucks. I don't know why. Don't ask me.
It's tough not seeing a performance. I mean, I'm going off of them losing to the Steelers.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess I'm also predicting the Ravens have 2 back-to-back wins and that Tampa has 2 back-to-back. Oh no, I went with the Bucks for week 7. Okay.
Huh.
Then we got the Broncos at Jacksonville.
At least it's not a primetime game.
It was very close to.
The Broncos at Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went the Broncos.
I did too. Let's ride.
Let's ride. Is that what you wrote?
Yeah.
I was almost going to write let's ride, but I didn't.
Don't feel very enthusiastic about that choice, but...
All right, this will be a
We'll
good
see.
one. We have the Dolphins at the Lions at Detroit.
Ooh, at Detroit.
Yeah.
Well, seeing as how Tua could get concussed again this week,
Don't say
I don't know who the quarterback's going to be that day, so... At least I guess.
I hope he doesn't
Sounds
get
right.
concussed.
Me either. I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Okay. I went with the Lions.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Cool. Interesting choice. Feeling bold.
Then we have the Panthers at the Falcons.
Ugh, what a turd.
You went with the Falcons winning this week.
I know. I was saying that more on the account of the Panthers. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. It might be the feathers tickling my face. I feel like it's just there and it will come out. I feel like if I tickle my nose with the feather, it'll come out. It's not working. Okay, I'm writing.
I want the Falcons.
Falcons.
All right, Christine. Next up, we have the Cardinals at the Vikings. And remember, the Vikings are coming off a bye week.
Ah. At the Vikings.
At Minnesota, yeah. With their big-ass horn.
Stupid ass horn. I hate that thing. It's so
I don't like the way they do this.
So annoying. School.
Slow motion, and then it gets faster.
I shouldn't be doing that. Now I feel dirty.
Sorry.
I'm sure there are very lovely Vikings fans, and I know they
are. I talked to 2 of them. They're very nice people.
I know they hate our fans too. You know, it's just
they do. It's the battle of the Midwest.
Yeah. You know, I know I should hate the Bears more, but I don't.
Cardinals at Vikings. I will support either of your decisions because this could be a very tough matchup.
It could.
And it's
so hard not seeing this week's matchups. Like,
we wouldn't see the Vikings anyway.
Oh, that's true. They have a bye week.
And,
okay.
All right. I went with the Vikings.
I did too.
You did? I thought you were going to go with the Cardinals.
I was about to.
Because I would not be surprised if the Cardinals win.
Me too.
So, like, all those obvious games that you did not go with the Vikings.
They won.
But now on a tough one where you could go with the other team and potentially get that correct, you went with the Vikings. I'm very surprised by this.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
All right. Well, next we have the Bears at the Dallas Cowboys.
Woof. They're playing at home again?
Yeah. I mean, Tampa had like 3 or 4 in a way.
Yeah, Tampa's had a lot of home games.
We have our next 3 games are all at home too. I don't know if the game against the Texans is at home. The Thursday night game.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I think I am. I say okay a lot when we do this. I get nervous and stressed. Did you pick?
Oh, I didn't write it down, but I went with the Cows.
I did too. The Cowboys.
I want the Bears to win, but I just don't know if they could beat the Cowboys.
Maybe it'll be one of those weird moments.
I don't think so. But we'll see what happens with Dak on Sunday, too. Mm-hmm. This is another one of those ones that I can't really, like... The Bears put up a good fight.
They did. They honestly held... Yeah. They looked better than I thought they would.
Which game?
The last game they played.
Against Washington, where they didn't score a touchdown?
Yeah.
You thought they were going to do worse than not scoring a touchdown?
Yeah.
Okay. I just like messing with you. Next up, we have the Raiders at the Saints. That's a tough one, too.
That is a really tough one. I feel like it's a very... I guess I can't say like it's an even playing field because the Raiders are pretty bad as of now.
It's weird, though, because they have good players.
I didn't even finish my injury reports. We're very ADD today. But I know Renfro is currently injured, and then there was somebody else that was currently injured that was pretty prominent.
How is he injured?
Darren Waller.
They just had a bye week.
Yeah. Renfro is a hip, and Darren Waller was sidelined at practice with a hamstring. So that's a pretty new injury, so we'll see what happens there. I'm going to go with the Saints.
I went with the Raiders.
Okay.
I thought it was interesting last night. The Saints started with Taysom Hill, I believe, and ended with Andy Dalton, who looked like he did better, but they did not really score. Well, I guess they did because I think they scored half their points with Hill and half their points with Andy Dalton. Yep. So
Olave had a good night.
I don't think they played badly. I just think that the Cardinals outplayed them, and that's why that game was really good. Man, I kind of don't know how I feel about that pick, but whatever.
Well, we can edit possibly
if we film, but it's not very likely.
If we don't film, we ain't editing. We locked in.
Next up, we have the Battle of PA, the Steelers at Philadelphia Eagles after our bye week.
This is stupid. That's all I'm gonna say. Because if you know, if I say more, it's.
Going the Birds. Go Birds,
I'm
baby.
going with the Birds, too.
I thought you were about to say the Steelers.
Fly, Eagles, fly. No.
Yeah, I'm excited for that game, and it's in Philly. Next up, we got the Patriots at the Jets.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
I went with the Jets.
I want the Jets, too. We just got so genuinely excited.
The Jets.
Me too. I like the Jets. They just creamed us, and I like them. Like, what's happening?
They're a cute team.
They're a cute team. We're such girls.
We are. Next up, we got the Titans at Texans.
That's a game I don't know if I would want to tune into. I don't know why. That's very mean. I just being honest. I'm gonna go with. I don't know though. Actually.
Remember your advice.
Like, seriously though, I don't think I've thought of the Texans very much this season. Like, I could not tell you legitimately exactly like how is that team? Does anyone know?
They have one win.
Okay, well, that just.
I think, and one tie, and then the rest are losses.
Well, that just.
I don't know what they did this weekend.
Like, that's so mean for me to say, but I don't think about the Texans. I don't know their record.
Oh, wait, they beat the Jags, so they have 2 wins. And I think that was another game.
My pillows.
That was...
Scrunching.
Wait, no, that wasn't this past Sunday. That was the Sunday before. Was this past... I guess it was the night.
There's so many games.
What is today?
Today's the 21st.
Okay, yeah.
It's Lauren's birthday. Happy birthday, Lauren.
Happy birthday, Lauren.
We love you.
That's right. Wait, did the Texans have a bye last week? I think they had a bye.
I have nobody on the Texans on my fantasy league, so I wouldn't know.
They had a bye last week.
I don't at all have fantasy football or
So the Texans they have 1 win.
YouTube channel, so why would I know?
Hang on, I'll look at their record because
I thought that was a bug, but it's just a feather.
I'm telling you, they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Probably why I need to sneeze.
Standings? I don't know. Why can't you just tell me their record? The Texans are 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 tie.
Okay, well then here.
They had a bye last week. I went with the Titans.
I did too. Titans.
I remember on one of our episodes, I had made a comment about that I thought the Texans were going to be the worst team in the league. And you were like, that's a bold statement.
I said that?
Yes. I did. And I was like, why is that a bold statement? Because they're not very good.
I also don't have the track record this season to make that comment.
Well, they're not the worst team, though. I think the Panthers are a little bit worse than them.
Yeah, Panthers are pretty bad.
And the Raiders.
Yeah. And I also was like, the Raiders are playoff contenders this year. How's that going?
It's not going to happen.
I mean, it's still kind of early, but you'd have to be doing a little bit.
We're almost halfway through.
I know. Don't even tell me that. I'm going to get so sad.
I mean, we're talking about week 8, and there's 17 weeks.
Football season goes so quick. And I don't know if it's because I anticipate the holidays. Like, I get... Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday. So
it does happen
really
in a very
excited.
fast-paced time of the year. I think that's what it is.
And it's busy, too.
Next, we have the Giants at Seattle.
Ooh. This was an easy one for me. Was it easy for you?
Of course, because I always go with Pete Carroll.
I went with the Giants.
Oh. Why was that easy?
I don't know. That was like the most sure I've been in a long time.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
And then we have Washington at the Colts, which Whoa. Don't get on the jersey.
Oh my God, you almost got down your jersey.
I thought Washington already played the Colts.
They can play twice, can't they?
No.
No, not with that game. The division's in.
That can't be right.
What if we're just deciding like games from 2020 right now?
I thought they
played. That's a tough one to choose. No,
I guess they didn't. Washington at Colts. What? I guess that was the Jags that I'm thinking of.
Washington and Colts.
That's tough for you to think about.
Yeah. It is. Okay, I'm going with the Colts.
It's gonna be a wash.
Yeah.
I want the Washington
I want the Colts
team.
I hope that
the only reason I did that is
Jonathan
because
Taylor.
of their defense in the red zone.
Yeah.
Did I drop the eraser as well?
Maybe. Do you need? Where's the other one?
That's what I'm thinking. The bone.
You have your eraser on
Oh,
top
it's on
of
my
your.
on my lap.
You can use two. Mine's really a mess.
I know. I need to share this more. Sorry.
It's okay.
And then we got the 49ers at the Rams.
Ooh.
That'll be a good game.
Yes, it will. So much will be different by then, maybe. Like, what if trades have happened and Christian McCaffrey's well on his way to being amazing again?
Yeah, I went with the 49ers.
Me too.
49ers will be on a roll. Oh,
I think so too.
next up we have the Packers at Buffalo Bills.
So,
This is awkward.
I have a lot of thoughts on this because the Packers have this way of like
Playing up to good teams and playing down to bad teams.
exactly, and they always pull out those like weird wins when you least expect it. Like the Arizona last year, they were undefeated until they met us, and everybody was really doubting us. I mean, granted, this is a much different Packers
Was that
team.
the game where like nobody could get the kick?
No, that was the Bengals game.
That's right.
But yeah. So yeah. But do I think, like in my right mind, do I think, like my rational mind, do I think the Packers will win? No. But in my Christine mind, who always makes the wrong decision, do I think the Packers will win? Yes.
You bring up a really interesting point. Sorry, I moved really far from the microphone.
Are so right that the Packers played to the team
I didn't think about that.
They are notorious to do that. But the Packers, prior to the season, were the team that plays to the level of the team they're playing. This is a different Packers team. But I know what I have to do here, whether I like it or not.
Me too.
You ready?
I went with the Bills.
Oh, the Packers go back up!
I'm sorry, Christine.
It's not the right move at all.
I feel like I drew first blood by doing that because you've been supporting the Eagles this whole time.
Don't worry, I'm not taking that personal at all. Like, I think of all the weeks you should not choose the Packers. It was this week.
I almost went with the Packers because I feel like
I think we're just so used to the Packers pulling out wins and being decent that we want to take the Packers. But like I said, I think this is a different Packers team. I think they're pretty average. But if I'm going to lose, at least I'm losing for picking the Packers. I'll always take my team.
You didn't week 1.
Except against the Vikings week 1.
I want to be wrong.
I want to be so right.
Me too. For you.
I just hate that, like, we might get slaughtered in prime time, too. It's just going to be so painful. But you never know. Stranger things have happened.
The Bills are coming off a bye before that game, too.
Yeah.
So that
Which works in
be,
favor in some teams
exactly.
and not so much in others.
Exactly.
We always come off really flat off a bye.
I feel like sometimes... No, we always do really well off a bye.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of teams do, but sometimes they just lose that rhythm.
Yeah, and it's...
momentum.
Yeah,
But the Bills...
I might change my mind next week.
The Bills are an animal. I just don't.
I'm making this decision based on them playing against Kansas City and just like... Because the Bills are also a team that kind of like plays to the level of their team. And I think their only loss had a lot to do with like the weather and how hot it was. And I mean, if you're going to lose to a team... That was a
nasty hot game.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I hope the Bills win, or the Bills lose, because then it also means that the Jets might move to first place, which would be really cool. But anyway, our final game for Week 8 is going to be the Monday night game the Bengals at the Browns.
Okay.
This is their first time meeting up.
Ever? Just kidding.
This season. Because I think
Ever.
I'm going to try to go to the home game against the Browns
that's
for the
right.
Bengals. Yeah, in December. Did you just
Yeah.
cheat? Well, I'm going to...
Oh, my God. Well, it's funny because I wrote that first, and then I erased it because I wanted to change my mind.
I just put the letter B.
I put the Browns.
I'm going with the Bengals. You saw what I wrote before.
Yeah.
That week we have Kansas City, and then the Chargers are on bye weeks. What made you pick the Browns?
I don't know. I just went kind of rogue at the end.
You kind of went rogue that whole, except for the Vikings.
You think I went rogue? I kind of did. I've got problems with going rogue.
I mean, but we're not always right on our picks. You know what I mean? Like, even the ones that we think are obvious.
Right on our picks.
So I'm curious to see what happens. And it is just, like, kind of tough picking 2 weeks out.
It is. It's very difficult.
I don't like that.
So if we do film, we can edit. If we don't film, we're locked in. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. It's kind of like a new challenge in a sense. Like you're kind of really going in blind that week. We don't know what injuries are going to happen this week. So
we don't. I mean, that could be
it's
a
whole
huge
other
thing
element.
Too. I think that I hope we get to do our episode next Wednesday.
Me too. I'll put something up on Instagram and let people know.
Yeah. Hopefully this will be the only week that like we can't film.
That happens, but realistically,
I'm covering like 2 shifts. I'm getting my car worked on. You got all your hair appointments. Your mom's birthday.
Yep.
There's just a lot
Happy
going
birthday,
on next
Mom, I
week.
love you.
November is upon us, and that's crazy.
And then my months,
oh wait, it's not November next week.
My months just keep getting more busy and more busy. But I'm trying to schedule accordingly right now.
Yeah, me too.
So
I've been trying to keep Wednesdays off for the future.
Yeah, me too. Wednesdays and Thursday afternoons.
I like doing the Thursdays, but I feel like it's just like I remember so much more on Wednesday.
I was going to say, too much time has passed at that point, like on a Thursday.
I agree.
It's all a blur. Like today is even harder, obviously.
Well, and like I said before, I didn't really watch a lot. I'll have more stuff to talk about next time. I'll go over the standings again too, because especially if it's 2 weeks from now, by that point there's going to be a lot that's changed. And I'm curious too about all these movements.
Me too.
All these
free
different
agency
teams.
will be coming to an end too. Pretty close. I mean, not by the time we film, but soon after that.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna hang up my feathers because.
Okay, go ahead and hang up your feathers, and then would you be able to turn the? Just because I got all these cords running.
Goodbye, feathers. I hope.
All right, everybody.
See you again.
Well, we'll maybe see you
off.
next week. Maybe we'll see you in 2 weeks. But good luck with your fantasy teams. Good luck with your picks and your predictions. Go Birds. Go Pack Go.
Go Pack Go. Bye.
Bye.